right, good morning, Rogeby. Good morning, Twitch chat. How is everybody doing today?
Well, I'm definitely doing well. Outside of this little voice thing, but we'll see if it brings chaos, different chaos RNG, or potentially the walk to Tiamat.
Yes, it is important for the commentators to have a bit of a scratchy throat to really throw the game off its game, I suppose.
Yeah, we never know. We've never had this happen before, so.
All right, today, big day, big race. Gonna be a tough one. First, on our right, we've got FFSteve. Good guy. Good attitude. Love FFSteve. I like the things, really respect what he does with his stream. He's has all of the Steam achievements for every Final Fantasy game. He's just starting to get into speed running now, and he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's also one of the relatively new runners, starting around the same time I did, from what I at least know of, and has actually made his route based off of the world record route, as to quote him, when the stars align, he has a chance of getting world record.
And you know what? I hope that those stars do align for him today, because quite honestly, he's going up against... I mean, we can like FFSteve as much as we want, you know? He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really going to help him going against...
Do we talk about the elephant in the room that is the other one who has been battling it out for world record against Shigeru here of Thunderclaude?
Possibly the best, almost definitely the best American speedrunner of Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster. When a great time is 2 hours and 5 minutes and a amazing time is just under 2 hours, what words are left to describe the personal best of Thunderclaude at 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 45 seconds?
Most definitely. But, I'm sure both of these runners will be bringing their A game today, so...
Oh gosh, you adjusted yourself and I adjusted me. How are we sounding? Are we sounding better, Twitch chat? Are we sounding more in line with one another?
Hopefully so. Volume could be definitely an issue with my voice, so I'll try to keep it down as well.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like it's getting fixed.
Heyo.
The race is scheduled. Originally, it was scheduled for 3 in the morning Korean Standard Time, which ends up being about now. About 2 minutes from now. So we'll get started in just a moment. Yes, but now Rokeby sounds sad, so I am sad. Rokeby is just sad that the game has not already begun.
I'm honest. I'm waiting for this to start. I'm excited for it, honestly. And no amount of hoarse voice is going to stop me from commentating this race. We'll put it that way.
Listen, let's put it in perspective. Thunderclaude's, personal best, an hour 44. That is not what we are going to see today. That is stars aligning, as Rokeby said. That is the best of all possible worlds, and that's, with lots of resets. It's going to play a different, much safer game here with the race.
I don't know, man. We don't know this. Stars could align and he gets a world record. We had the double PB yesterday. So...
He is establishing a party with 2 fighters. I'm not sure what that is. I've never seen double fighter. Okay, I'm fully out of my depth now.
Okay, so I know we were originally talking about I was gonna bring up, what's the earliest route divergence, we think we would see. Are we gonna see the exact same routes? Party divergence isn't something I was thinking that would be a route divergence here.
I was talking to Shane Zell, one of our runners, and he was talking about sometimes when going against, newer runners, people with not as strong times on the leaderboard, he liked to pull out some different strategies. Try to do the white mage strategy, the double red mage, and those are strategies that I know of. You know, I've seen the double monk be done, but I've never seen a double fighter. So I wonder how it's gonna go. The whole plot of this movie is that you get to chaos and you have a monk who just punches really fast.
Yeah, I don't know, like, what do you buy for like your warrior being the main damage? You know, like we would see, you know, the rapier, iron armor, maybe the coral sword, mithril sword if you can get it to drop. I guess he's going Excalibur? Like I legitimately don't know.
How could he do this to us? How could he do this to you and me? I guess everybody pull up a chair. We're about to learn something today. Let's see if it works out for Thunderclaude. FFSteve going the classic fighter, monk, double black mage. That's the risky party, as they call it. But I mean, if you're going for a race against Thunderclaude, you're gonna have to do the tried and true.
Yeah, pull out all the stops here, honestly. You know, you were talking about earlier. I'm experienced in the double black mage route, as is everybody, but also the red mage and black mage route. So just swapping one of those out, providing that little bit of extra tankiness from the red mage and everything. So double warrior, I guess we'll be talking about this one for, you know, the next 2 hours maybe.
Because he's still just got the 2 black mages, so you don't have the same. Like, you'd think, throw in a white mage there and then just like survive chaos long enough. The fighter and the monk, it doesn't really matter in early game. They're gonna do about the same amount of damage until we get to Earth Cave, and in Earth Cave, you're gonna turn them to stone, and then they'll just sit there very quietly, not doing anything for the rest of the game, basically.
Yeah, but now you're gonna have to have that other fighter, unstoned, which provides a decent amount of health.
I wonder. You know what? I'm gonna Hail Mary pass right here. Maybe he doesn't get stoned at all. Maybe he tanks straight up the whole time.
Oh.
And just uses the extra damage.
He already threw a monkey wrench into the plans. Why would you throw another one?
Listen. Okay, he's already poor because he has to buy a bunch of rapiers, a bunch of chainmail.
I mean, when it's like about 12 gold for that setup, you know, what's another 12 gold, right? What is, in fact, another 12 gold?
All right, let's talk about the story. Here we go. We're talking to the king because his old knight Garland has kidnapped his daughter, and he's decided to hold the entire world ransom. He will not build the bridge we need to go and save the world until we get his daughter back. So we're off to the races. FFSteve doing the strat I like, where you change to the black mage, gets the worst random encounter you can possibly get here.
Most of the 6 goblins do go down in one hit, though. The goblin cards, though, are definitely a little bit of an issue.
Gonna be rough. We are gonna need to see some auto battle from him. Oh, but he's deciding to flee the fight instead. Tough when you get these big groups. So if you get basically attacked, I guess ambushed, they don't all hit you. And so it's gonna be hard to time it. Thunderclaude takes down Garland, no problem.
Double warriors, sub 4 Garland, sure, why not? Let's. Still going for that, I guess. Meanwhile, Steve finishing it up here as well. Nothing going down there. Not having the fighting of the 9 goblins and the running be detrimental to him.
Yeah, it's
Because
really just going to hurt on his trip to Provoca. You really need to hit level 4 before you get to Provoca, and not having any experience or gil from that first encounter, that'd be a little tough. I mean, you get a couple goblins. I mean, it's not a big difference, right?
I mean, goblins do get you about halfway there, but in the vein of, just kind of fighting that 9-pack of goblins and not finishing it off, that could have really hurt FFsteve there. And I'm glad that it didn't, but when you decide to take an encounter, you need to make sure that it is 100% favorable for you, and it's an encounter that you like. So I'm not sure if, was just trying to get through. What was he ambushed?
He was not ambushed. I think he was just auto playing. He might have auto battle set up already.
Right.
9 goblins. It takes so long, and you can take so much damage. The Garland just becomes almost impossible.
Yeah. Maybe trying to take a couple of those out in order to get a better flee chance. Who knows?
We have now acquired the loot from the kidnapped princess, who is no longer kidnapped, I guess. The princess formerly kidnapped. We got the loot, we rest up, and we head to the bridge to watch an unskippable cutscene.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Thunderclaude gracing the chat of just like the double-decker with the sandwich topping names. Just what?
Well, he's got time to type,
Definitely.
We're gonna see if it works,
On this episode of SpeedGaming.
It has to work, right? Again, Thunderclaude is the best American speedrunner of this game that we have. If he's doing it, it has to work. We're all just waiting to see how.
Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking like Thunderclaude could have chosen 4 white mages and have made it work. So,
the dream.
But FFsteve getting into his cutscene, and about halfway through, it looks like Thunderclaude will be done with his. So,
any gambles in the chat for how you think it's gonna go for the end game? Any bets in the chat while we're watching this unskippable cutscene? I mean, who do you go for, David or Goliath on this one, huh?
See, I would say like you go for, like you always want to root for the underdog, and FFsteve is the underdog here. However, Thunderclaude decides to throw a wrench into the whole entire thing, and like I don't want to necessarily say showing off like how comfortable he is with the run, but like I feel like you don't choose this, right? Because like obviously you still respect FFsteve as a runner, right? Because he's not going for white mages, but so I don't know.
Gets the trail mix fight. Just abandons that one. No point in fighting that. Takes too long. Uses up too many spell charges.
I just want here.
Ooh, FFsteve gets a great fight. We love to see this fight.
We love to see any ogres at any point, usually, in the early game. Second best gold encounter. But
early game, you're looking for gold and experience, and those ogres, they're going to give you 195 of each, which is huge.
It's 196. Thunderclaude goes straight into the pirate fight.
Well, he didn't use any thunder charges. Might as well. What are they gonna do? Hit his fighters? Oh no!
And FFsteve here picking up his tempers, which has become a very popular route within the past couple of months. And having actually started doing that, I can see why. If you do go with the temper strats for Astos, though, it does make it a little harder. In my personal opinion.
It's tough to tell. So the thought process is you'll have to fight Astos, the King of Elves, later. And there's basically two schools of thought. One, that you have double Thundara on your mages and you just nuke them from space. Or you have two Tempers on your mages and you just buff up your fighter and monk, or in this case, both of your fighters. And then you just punch them from space. Looks like they're both grabbing both the Tempers. It's good to have options, but you see when you go after pirates, then there's that little guy who just stands in the way. He doesn't spawn until after pirates.
Also, I'd like to bring up, I hate the NPC. I hate that NPC on Thunderclaude's screen. He never goes to the right for me when I try to move him from the down spot. He always goes into that little hallway. Always, 100% of the time.
Break your brain. Always grab temper first.
Yeah, grabbing temper first is just easier to do, and it allows you not to have to come back to Provoca. It's just saving you a few seconds.
I do have to agree with chat. Chat's saying that the true Chad move is to put the two black mages into the first two slots. That is a Chad move. See, the first two slots have 50% and 25% respectively chance of being targeted by single target abilities, whereas third and fourth slots have 12.5% each. So those top two slots, you want the tanky boys up there. Might as well give it to the black mages.
Yeah, don't give Thunderclaude any ideas though. I feel like,
hey,
you know,
even in fourth position, you can still die, I guess. Thunderclaude proving it to all of us.
And that is true, and it is honestly up to you on whether or not those percentages actually mean anything, because we've seen the black mages die plenty of times within our runs.
Gonna have to res here. It's cheap to res here, so not too bad, but every gil counts here in the early game. We'll res that up, and also every experience point counts as well, so we'll be sad to miss that, especially on his fourth black mage, kind of bad health currently.
Yeah, definitely not like the other two runs. If you've seen any of the runs from like yesterday, the absolutely insane black mage HP rolls that were just happening left and right.
Let's talk about the end goals of the game, all right? Things that we're going to be constantly thinking about. These are reasons to reset the game early, even, is just you're looking for these HP rolls. What about are the levels that we're looking for there, Rokaby?
You're looking, if you want to go really spicy, 27, 28. Or if you want to be safe, I've seen 32 to 35 as like the high point. Of their
levels?
Yeah, of the levels. So roughly, if for a more normal run, you're hitting about maybe that 29 to 31 mark for endgame levels.
The real goal, at least for FFSteve here, it's tough to say what Thunderclaude's really going for. But FFSteve, you want about 350 or more health on your monk. That'll allow the Giant's Tonics, which give 200 HP, to get him up to the health cap of 1,000. Well, 999. And then you want about 240 or more on both your black mages. That'll help them survive at least one round against Chaos's AoE abilities.
Yep, but we see both sides of the black mages not providing a lot of HP drops. FFSteves, both at 50 HP.
Oh. Here's what we have to rely on RNG. Our first sort of like health check is going to be the Lich 1 fight in Earth Cave. There you need about 140 HP to really be safe. So every level, there is a 1 in 8 chance that you're going to get what's called a strong HP level up. Every level you get just 1 point of HP, but you can get these big level ups of 20 to 25 HP. There are certain levels where it's guaranteed. Level 4 and 8 for the black mage are important for us here. But you're hoping to get them on those levels that aren't those levels too, right?
Yes. Two things brought up in chat. Pysos is definitely another area where we do want to see higher HP values.
True.
And then Ogre farming spot northeast of Elfheim. I don't think we have it, as I don't see it ever used in the run.
Yeah, not too often. We don't do a lot of farming in this game. You see FFSteve doing a little bit here. You'll grab the Thundara from Elfheim, costs 1,000 gil. He probably wants 2 Thundaras, so he comes here to the boat, hoping to get some big Buccaneers fights. He grabbed his first Thundara, wants to save up, get a little gold for the run into Marsh Cave. Marsh Cave, you're going to need antidotes and potions.
Yeah, antidotes, potions, a little more HP on your black mages. Only at 51 there. That's not something we like to see.
Hear about for Pyso demons. Honestly, if you don't get the preemptive on Pyso, you're basically doomed anyways. You know.
Well, if they target your warrior can survive a couple of hits easy. Your monk might be able to survive a hit, but with your black mage HP the way it is, definitely not going to survive. And I'd even question if Thunderclaude's highest HP black mage at 77 would be able to survive anything.
Thunderclaude going with 3 antidotes for Marsh Cave like an absolute mad lad.
If he's comfortable with it, he's comfortable with it. But, yes.
I don't trust it. Anything less than 6, I'm freaking out. But, I mean, oh, and he's down to just 1 now. He's probably going to have to save and do some resets if he gets anything more.
Yeah, but Scion, yeah. The level up system in Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster is a little interesting. I don't exactly know the entire like coding behind it, but basically each character has something that they're really good at leveling at. So like with the warrior it's HP, with the thief it's luck. The black mages I find it to be intelligence. So
yeah, every even level you're guaranteed an intellect point.
Yeah, so with I'm sorry for cutting you off, Luke. Go right on the head. That's my fault.
No, you're totally right.
But so with that, the black mages don't have a lot of ways to get that like very strong HP level up, which is why, as Luke was stating earlier, we want that RNG kind of to go our way, because you can have like some beefy black mages come later in the game if the HP rolls work well for you. But that does come at a cost of getting those strong level ups for the intelligence, and there's ever so slight of an argument on do you want to see higher intelligence or higher HP? Because
yeah, you're looking for intellect. You're looking for the level 30 intellect, or not level 30, but 30 intellect, because that's going to give you a bonus to damage, basically a 50% increase your damage. You'll hit that between levels 15 and 20. We see Thunderclaude has defeated the Pyso demons. He's gone a little bit off our normal route. He goes to a chest that contains about 1,100 gil, get a little more money here, but that is dangerous because you're taking more steps in Marsh Cave where everything could poison you.
he also has double warrior strats. Like,
which is going to come in handy because he keeps getting these scorpions.
Yeah, but we don't know how this run works. He might be making this route up on the fly. Who knows?
On the other side, FFSteve, he's got double Thundara. He didn't feel comfortable with the potion count that he had, so he went out, farmed a little bit more. He's still got just 3 antidotes, just like Thunderclaude went with, and he's got a fair bit more, about 19, 20 potions now. And he's making his way to Marsh Cave.
But you can see like that this is FFSteve going off of the world record route. So if he's more comfortable with 3 antidotes, he's more comfortable with 3 antidotes. I'd like to see more. I know you'd like to see more. I'd like to see 6 to 7. You know, you were saying 6. But these are FFSteve's notes. It's whatever he's comfortable with at this point. And this is kind of where we'll also get into the point of fighting with Asto since Thunderclaude's on his way, is you have the Temper strat and the double Thundara strat. And it's honestly a debate on which one you'd rather use, because I'm not exactly sure which one saves time. I think Tempers, if everything goes correctly, will save more time. However, Thundara is more consistent, because Astos has Dark and Slow spells. And that just ends up kind of wrecking your damage output with a chance to miss.
Loses a Black Mage on the first floor.
Yeah.
There's a Phoenix down on the third floor, so he'll probably grab that. He just wants to flee through while Thunderclaude goes off to fight Astos. We'll see what he does with these two fighters.
Probably going the Temper route. But again, Dark, Slow.
Death.
That also stops damage.
Stops damage pretty significantly. Oh, and he double tempered onto the first. Oh, it was the one that he double tempered onto, too.
And there we see that slow spell. You know, the one thing we don't want to see with the Temper strats.
Not as big a problem for the fighter as it would be for the monk. A monk really relies on hitting more often, but fighter is already kind of hitting just a couple times.
Yes, but being able to have those 2 hits instead of just always 1 hits does add up the damage.
Oh, he's attacking with the double tempered Black Mage, and he does it.
It was the strats. He did it on purpose.
It's all intentional. It's a math equation that he's doing in his head.
Oh.
Okay, FFSteve, skin of his teeth through Pyso Demons. First try, you love to see it.
Yes, Pyso Demons are like Pyso Demons and Astos. I lump into one really big reset point here. You really don't want to see multiple dudes at like I say dudes, but multiple tries at Pyso Demons. And you don't, and Astos, as you can see with that death spell, can be a run-ender as well.
Honestly, pre-22 Pyso, pretty good. Pretty good pace that FFSteve is sitting at. You know, he farmed a little more than Thunderclaude did. So it's like, Thunderclaude is off to the races. It's tough to tell. But he's at a great pace right now.
Oh, most definitely. And there's nothing wrong with farming right outside of Elfheim. As the kind of whole argument for farming is, you may have more tries at bosses, right? If you have an issue with Astos, you're going to be able to try them like 2 or 3 times, where I'm farming, but I'm getting the extra levels, I'm getting the extra HP, extra damage, and I'm going to have less tries there. So while it may take you 3 chances at Astos, it might only take me 1.
So safety, and it really depends on like the fights you get before Provoca and before Elfheim. All that is important. Thunderclaude, just to keep track of everything, did stop it in Elfheim, didn't get up his fighter, picked up a Thundara and a single haste. So now he has both Thundara on both of his mages. Didn't get any Firas. I like Firas. He's going no Firas. You'll also see that he moved his dead fighter into the second position. That's because there's a 50% chance to attack the first position, like we said before. If the dead fighter is there, it'll just re-roll until it hits somebody. So you want to put the living fighter there so it just hits the fighter and doesn't re-roll to your Black Mages. There's a better chance for it to hit a fighter than the Black Mages.
Yeah. I did see that in the run, and there was definitely an explanation behind that as well. Which it like equals out to like I think a 62-ish to 65% chance. I forget the exact number. For having the dead fighter in the second slot. So, but it does take that percentage off of your Black Mages there. And I know you're a fan of the 1 haste strat, So would you care to explain why he picked up 1 haste?
Well, haste is a +1, -1 sort of situation. You are either hasted, you are normal, or you are slow. It does not stack in any way, so you just need, really, you just need the 1 haste. The reason people buy multiple is that, you know, black mages die, and you need the haste. At least for the black mage strategy. What haste does is it doubles the amount of hits you get. So it's going to be pretty important for the fighters as well.
Yep, just turning that 2 hits into 4 hits can mean a lot of damage.
It's also a 2,500 gil, so if you pick it up now, it means you don't have to come back to Elfheim later when you get the airship to buy your haste then. But you can't really afford 5,000 gil right now, so 2,500 is the plan. We're on to Astos for FFSteve.
Yep, we saw him heal up right before the thing, and he's going with the temper strategies here. On to
He's kind of doing a split decision, isn't he? He's tempering one and Thundaring with the other. You get a slow, which is unlucky. 420 health on Astos.
I feel like if you do like the Thundara strat, and it might just be like he didn't have, you know, didn't want to use the cottage, or didn't want to use 10 if he picked it up. So, you know, maybe ran out of ethers, who knows? But splitting,
Astos pretty kind of.
Yeah, Astos was very, very nice there. But splitting, going half temper, half Thundara, I don't necessarily like. I'd rather, you know, have a plan and stick to that. If I have the double Thundara plan, I want to go double Thundara. If I'm doing the temper plan, I want to do tempers.
The most optimal Astos we discovered 2 monks, and then if you get tempers on both the monks turn 1 before they punch, and then they both crit, you can first turn Astos.
But
that's the dream.
But we need 2 monks. Where are we putting a monk in this? We can't take out our fighter and put in another monk. That's not how it works.
See, these are the problems with, like, that's the sort of strategy you're going if you want to get the world record, right? Not if you want to win a race. Because you go 2 monks and, like, one thing goes wrong and the whole thing implodes. These guys cannot afford that. They're racing. And they're taking each other seriously.
Yeah, they are. We see Thunderclaude stopping in at Elfheim to revive a couple of other characters. Choosing to leave that one warrior looking at the floor for right now. As I think he's still going to go on the plan of, you know, stoning one warrior. So...
Yeah, I think you're right. I personally, like, when I do fighter monk normally, I like my fighter to die around Marsh Cave, and then because when a character is dead, the experience splits amongst the living. So if you're trying to push your mages and your black belt to be as high level as possible, as fast as possible, it's good to have that sort of, you know, extra XP the whole time. I mean, what's the fighter gonna do? It's not necessary for the end of the game. He doesn't need any levels. He's just gonna be a rock later.
Yeah, it's what it is. Or you know, as I like to put it, he's just a cardboard cutout that the mages had to quickly draw because the fighters decided to leave once he ran into the birds. He was scared, decided to leave, said no, I'm out. So they had to quickly draw a cardboard cutout.
And they're just dragging it along with them, just like, yeah, hit that, please.
They just pick it up, put it down in each encounter just to see how lifelike they made it.
Thunderclaude is currently looting Cornelia Castle. So what happened? Astos, for some reason, has Matoya's eye. You see FFSteve going to return that to Matoya. You'll give her her eye. She'll suddenly be able to see, and then she'll give you a 5-hour energy in exchange. Gonna bring that back to Elfheim, just kind of dump it on a sleeping prince, and he'll be like, oh, weird way to wake somebody up, but here, have a key instead. You'll take that, you'll loot the elves, you'll loot Cornelia, you'll loot the dwarves, and then you'll sell it all.
That is some money. Getting about 8,000 and 9,000 gil once you sell kind of everything. Thunderclaude getting that extra couple thousand by selling the cottages. I have a feeling, you know, you've got warriors, so you've got HP for days. Not necessarily worried about healing in the overworld.
Heals, you know. But I think when you have these strats, I guess the warriors take so little damage. I was thinking like, oh, you need more potions, but if they're not taking really that much damage, maybe you don't need as many potions. He even uses the potions, decides to skip going to the inn, and just heals up with potions right there in the, you know, right in the shop.
Yeah. Look, we're gonna be trying to strat this out on the fly, and Thunderclaude's probably sitting behind his computer, you know, might be listening to this and be like, nah.
Cackling. He's cackling at us.
Yeah, just cackling. It was just like, I wanted to know what happened, you know?
Everybody said
Oh no.
you can't do this run without a monk. And Thunderclaude's like, hold my fighter.
Oh no, Thunderclaude can't hear us.
Oh dear. Oh no. Alright, so here we are in the dwarf cave. Doors are very nice, but we need them to do a little bit of work for us, because in Cornelia, we picked up a little bit of explosives, and we need this guy to do something with them.
Oh no, we might just be able to throw a fighter at the problem.
Hey, he's got enough swords, just dig through the peninsula.
Wouldn't be like the weirdest thing I've heard trying to happen. Looking at ancient Rome trying to fight the ocean.
That is we're gonna have to talk about that story. I don't know history, but that sounds insane.
Ancient Rome was tried to show that it had the the big appendage here, trying to keep it in a PG sort of way, and decided that it'd be a good idea to fight fight Neptune. So he sent out a legion to go take some spears and stab it into the ocean.
And how did that work out for him?
Well, apparently they won because they found like a couple of people on the beach and just took them as prisoners.
Hey, ain't that the way? This is very loosely based on that Final Fantasy 1. A lot of people don't know that. Loosely based on ancient Roman mythology of stabbing the ocean. But instead, we just blew up part of the planet so that we can get our boat out of its inner sea. There's a great big world out there, and Thunderclaude's gotta go see it. FFSteve, looting Cornelia. He skipped one chest, the bronze gloves chest in Alfheim. But he's not too far behind.
Might just not need it. Might feel comfortable, you know, with a little bit of a tighter purse. Who knows?
Yeah, there's some routes where you don't even loot Alfheim at all, you know.
Yeah.
All right, you see him optimizing onto his fighter. He gets the better gear that we picked up from the chest, but he takes off the leather shield that he picked up from the pirates. Leather shield gives you a chance to parry stuff, but we're gonna need this fighter to stop dodging. We cannot parry birds. Cannot allow that to happen.
Cannot parry birds if you can get birds to spawn.
Our beloved Rokeby has a real problem with birds. Birds are allergic to him.
Apparently, you know, you take Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, and I guess whatever the bird equivalent is to Alfred Hitchcock, turn it around and just call it humans. That's apparently, you know, what I am. I'm just that one scene, but instead of like live birds being thrown at the person, it's just live humans running into a bird.
Oh, okay. So in Cornelia, you know, Thunderclaude ran a little light, sold those cottages, didn't buy as many potions as he could have, saved a little money so he can buy a silver armlet here in Melmond, the most depressing town where the only export is graves. Silver armlet, gonna make his mage a little safer.
Oh, yeah. Putting that on one of your black mages is just a good idea to do if you do have that heal. If not, be sure that you pick them up at the end of Melmont if you're not comfortable with, you know, not running with the silver armlets.
Right. It adds so much safety.
It does, but it can save you a decent amount of time just going back and picking up those silver armlets, like when you have to go back to Melmont for, the Rosetta Stone. And just pick them up there.
We saw Thunderclaude do a little stutter step there. Now, I may be wrong, but I believe what he's trying to do is he's trying to step back and forth to get the step counter up. Because if your next step would be an encounter and you instead step on stairs to go to a different zone, it resets the step counter entirely. So he's trying to get a sort of fewer encounters on this floor. Didn't quite nail it. Did get an encounter just a couple steps after the stairs.
Yeah,
and down goes the black mage.
That is a strat you can do. It's a little iffy. You could also try to force the encounter right before you go to the stairs as well.
So very sad for Thunderclaude. He probably put the silver armlet on that 82 health black mage, and then when you know, nobody hits that one. Hit the other one. Kill that one. People wondering about the win rate of these two racers. Currently, Thunderclaude 2-0 in the tournament. FFSteve 0-2, looking to reverse his fortunes.
Yep, but it's definitely an uphill battle for FFSteve. If you have taken a look at the brackets, I wouldn't necessarily say they're stacked, but if you want, top, like, the one that's gonna hold, like, a whole ton of just high racers, that's bracket B. Bracket A is no slouch, honestly, but, Thunderclaude, Priyutu, and Shanezel are both in bracket B, so...
Yeah, bracket A, a pretty good mix, I thought, of experienced and newer runners. Bracket B, I mean, we call that the bracket of death, That's the group of death right there. FFSteve, kind of against Titans.
But hey,
pretty good base.
But even David took down Goliath. Time estimate for these runs? I think for Steve, it might be 2:15, like between 2:15 and 2:30 for Thunderclaude. I don't know. I'm still gonna say probably 2 hours to 2:15 maybe, just with his comfortable, like how comfortable he is on the run. But
see how the end game goes. The end game's very different, I feel like. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. We got the bird.
Is he gonna grab Rat Tail?
Interesting. Okay, Rat Tail. Okay, so if you grab the Rat Tail and then talk to Bahamut, you can upgrade to the Knight, and then Knights can cast White Magic, so you can heal during Chaos. It seems like it would be such a wild deviation, though.
Look, all I'm saying is, we have Double Warrior. We have Double Warrior. We've never seen this before.
Now we have Double Rock. So the Cockatrices have Stone Touch, so they can turn us to stone, and it's very important for the run. He turns both of his fighters to stone. They're just going to be basically tanks for the rest of, well, until he decides they're not anymore. Who knows when that'll be.
Yeah.
FFSteve would stay on pace for like a 210, 205 even. He's really good speed. Thunderclaude, tough to know what the end game's going to look like, but I'm going to guess like less than 2 hours. I'm going to guess under 2 hours at this pace.
With that Warrior for the Chaos end though, because like I'm going like, let's just assume right now that Thunderclaude's gonna do like the normal route, but just with a Warrior instead of a Monk. Mm-hmm. I don't think the Warrior can sub 2 hour.
It's a bet then. We're on a Vampire. Vampire can be dangerous, can kind of one-shot somebody, but just a couple Fyragas, not that big a deal. Down and out. Vampire staked.
I say Warrior cannot sub 2 hour. Thunderclaude says, Hold my warrior.
Unbelievable.
Hold my
He's
fire.
just flexing. He's so fast that he can type in chat while running.
I'm not ready for this.
Ooh, we've got... Okay. We do have antidotes still for FFSteve. Good, good, good. He's moving on to his first dive of Earth Cave. Earth Cave is the only dungeon that we will dive into twice. We go down, we kill the vampire, but then there's a big stone slab behind him we cannot get through currently.
Yeah, that won't be a problem for us as we go into once we come back from Sage's Cave, but this is the easier of your two Ow. Hold up. I will keep wanting to say temple, but this isn't Legend of Zelda. Earth Cave dives.
Not.
So, in the Earth Cave, and just because you only have to go through 3 instead of 5 floors, you have Vampire instead of Lich. There's a plethora of reasons on why this is the easier dive here, but it can still be very, very deadly.
All right, and both ones, I mean, the main enemy of these dives is honestly your ether charges. Your mages are taking care of everything, but you can run out of magic real fast. You need to decide which fights you're going to take, which fights do you flee from. Thunderclaude deciding Ochre Jellies, worth a fair amount of XP, not a bunch of gil, decides not worth it.
Yeah. Usually, I think FFSteve encounter-wise is going to be taking those kind of 3 and greater encounters in Earth Cave, having those 1s and 2s, not necessarily going to be useful as of right now.
Double Gygas, that's 879 XP for both of them, so huge hit. Gil the same, and they drop tents, which is great. He does get the tent. Might even want to use that.
I mean, tents are very helpful. 200 HP, as I've recently learned. So not a max HP, but 200, which is relatively close to max HP by the end of the run. You're probably not dipping below 100, or else you are probably healing up with potions.
Right.
So 200 HP and 2 ether charges on each level. So definitely a good money sink for the early game.
We see FFSteve doing a bit of a strat. We call it the split decision. He flees on his first 2 positions, and then Thundara's with the second 2. A little dangerous to do against Pyso Demons. Pyso Demons might not go down in 1 Thundara. But it's basically like, I want to get out of this fight as quickly as possible. If I kill him, great. If I flee, also great.
And we see birds here as well, getting the instant stone on the warrior.
Honestly, such good luck for both our runners on these cockatrices.
I'm jealous. I'm honestly jealous of them and their jerk birds.
I can hear it. I can feel it through Discord. He uses the tent. Thunderclaude uses the tent.
Wait, can we tell Thunderclaude what to do? Thunderclaude, you should go back to Melmont. We'll start controlling his run from behind the scenes.
He grabbed a star ruby. So there's a chest behind the vampire that contains a star ruby. You pick that up because this big stone giant you see on Thunderclaude's screen, he won't move unless he gets to eat a ruby. But once he's satiated, he'll just wander away. Now, cause nobody any problems.
Okay, I know this isn't Legend of Zelda, but hear me out. That's a Goron.
Okay.
Because if you've played Ocarina of Time, the Gorons are having trouble getting food, and they eat rocks. The thing is, in the Fire Temple, has the best rocks, and they've become so used to eating those rocks that they don't eat any other rocks.
You know what? I was unconvinced, but now I am fully convinced.
This is literally just Legend of Zelda.
That does sound rough. Oh, he gets crazy FFSteve. Okay, so he gets he's doing the split decision. He gets the Thundara and then fails the flee, even though the Thundara doesn't fully kill, and just gets to attack with his other mage. Some of the worst HP rolls I've seen on FFSteve's side for his black mage, though.
Yeah, only being 81 here, I'm not... I like the 127. It's not my favorite HP, but it's doable.
Lesser
But
Tigers,
that
Thunderclaude.
yeah, but Lesser Tigers also providing that 4% chance to drop that X potion. So we'll actually see if, you know, nope, does not get it. But kind of going back, like we saw like 160 HP and 109 for Thunderclaude's mages, which is a whole like a lot. You're feeling a lot more comfortable with those black mages outside of that one that still hasn't hit triple digits yet, and you want to see the triple digits at this point.
I do have to say this. 3 Lesser Tigers. So the Lesser Tiger has a 4% chance drop the X potion, which is a full heal. I made a joke once that if there's 3 Lesser Tigers, then you have a 12% chance of getting an X potion because it's 4 times 3. And chat was very mad at me about that, so I do have to say it's it's actually like an 11.5% chance with 3 Lesser Tigers.
Yeah.
I do have to get that in. FFSteve knocks down Vampire, no real problem. Thunderclaude onto his second dive, heading towards Lich. I do want to say with 81 HP, that's, again, you only at this point have hit the strong HP rolls guaranteed at 4 and 8, so he's probably only gotten those HP rolls. Maybe one more, actually. You start with...
not...
Start with 25. No, it's only got to be the 2, right? You start at 25.
Yeah, like I don't exactly know, and like this is where like my inexperience shows with just how much I don't know about the run. I don't exactly know when the strong HP level ups are for the black mages, but he definitely has not, you know, you want to be level 15 minimum Lich. So, because that's when you get your third Firaga charge.
Exactly.
And if we state that, you know, he's only gotten them on, like, every HP's, like, 4, 8, 12, or whatever, for just simplicity's sake.
Right.
He might be level 11, maybe 12. So, yeah, he's probably only gotten them on, like, where those strong level ups are guaranteed for the HP.
All right, I got the chart right here. You can just ask me up. I looked all this stuff up. I got it all written down here. It's for black mages, 4, 8, 14, 18. I guess I don't have it for the fighters though. I didn't expect 2 fighters. I didn't think I'd have to care about fighters.
Look, we didn't expect the double fighters. We also didn't expect Thunderclaude to just be able to type in chat as he's fighting Vampire. I'll sub 2 hour with this, like.
Now these Grogers, these green ogres that FFSteve is fighting, very good fight for us. A lot of good gil, good XP. Looking at 300 gil each, 282 XP, and we need that. Again, as Rokaby said, you need 15 if you want to fight Lich.
I mean, you don't need it, but it makes it a lot easier if you have at least level 15.
The Lich fight will take about 6 casts of Firaga plus 1 Thundara or Fyra. If you take Fyra, neither of these people take Fyra, so that's whatever. But you're going to need the 6 Firagas and 1 more Thundara to kill Lich, assuming that you're not hitting the level, the 30 intellect a lot sooner than you think you will.
Yeah.
Steve has a wipe.
And you can... This is a very easy spot to tell where you have, like, your 30 intellect, because you'll start seeing, like, your Firagas hit for, like, 270 instead of, you know, the 190.
Is a pacifism run an option in this game or no? No. You could probably... I mean, you couldn't beat the game with pacifism. You gotta kill chaos in the end.
Well, No, you can't. You can't beat the game with pacifism because you have to kill Garland.
True. You can't even get off the first island without killing Garland.
Pacifism. We could have saved my daughter. No.
Well, why don't we just go? I'm gonna go to the Temple of Chaos, and we're just gonna talk it out with Garland. Let's see if we can talk it out. Thunderclaude heading towards Lich. Does he have the level 15 that he needs? It's tough to tell the number of spell charges he's got on this resolution.
That mage does have 30 intellect, though. His bottom black mage.
Yes, he has the levels. He's level 16. All right, let's see it.
We get to see the Lich fight.
We're looking for holds, sleeps, attacks on the top guys. Hastes. He can also cast haste on himself. Those are all free turns for us.
Yep. Oh, free turn. Not necessarily the freest turns, because haste always is an issue.
Good.
After it's cast.
Yeah. Look at that bottom black mage hitting like a truck.
Yep.
This should do it. The freest Lich you ever saw in your life.
Yeah, when Lich does stuff like that, you sit there, you put down your controller, and you just have to have a good laugh. You know, like, Lich, wall, no. But Thunderclaude onto what I would call the mid-game here. Going into a point where there is now a lull, because you're about to face the easiest boss in the game. And have a couple of caverns you need to go into.
Basically a big errand run now for Thunderclaude. To give, you know, a little perspective on pace, usually a Lich, a good time, you want to beat him before an hour. 10 minutes before an hour, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Like, I'm...
And he just keeps getting these lesser tigers. If he doesn't get an X potion soon, the game's against him. Oh, lesser tigers for FFSteve. I've never seen this many tigers in a race.
I haven't either. Like, this is like crazy, the amount of, you know, tigers that have been. And there we go, X potion for FFSteve. So he honestly might not. Yeah, he might not even head to Dragon Caves, and just skip over that entirely, and just grab the elixir right in Chaos Shrine.
A little bit of a pause for FFSteve.
So, you know, I think it might just be that his stream here is frozen. Let me check.
Meanwhile, Thunderclaude stopped at Melmond on his way out, picked up the other silver armlet that he's going to need. He's going to head across the ocean to Canoe Town, is what I call it. It's called Crescent Lake. There he's going to pick up his Thundaga, get some some potions, do a little shopping, and then he's going to talk to a bunch of old men in the woods to get a boat.
Not a bunch of old men, just one. And yeah, he's FFSteve is back in Earth Cave, so we're not.
Okay, looks like we're just gonna... Okay, perfect. He's back. Everything is right with the world. He's still several levels down. He needs at least 2 more levels on his way down.
Which isn't the, like, you know... No, you can definitely get those couple of levels within Earth Cave. There are some decent EXP encounters. One we already saw being that Hillgygus. Mm-hmm. So you run into a couple of those. That's going to be a decent chunk of experience for you as well. I think, and feel free to correct me on this, but I usually take cockatrice encounters.
Good for kill.
Okay. But you know, getting these ogres here. Always like to see ogres as well.
Cockatrice 200 gil, 186 XP. Not too bad. If you get a 4-pack, you take them. 2-pack you usually run.
Speaking of the 4-pack of birds.
Yeah, he might be running a little low on ethers. He doesn't seem to have his Firaga charges. The second run can be kind of tough. Again, ethers is kind of what you're knocking up against for getting through Earth Cave. Thunderclaude does get his boat.
Yep, gets his canoe, so he's on the boat again. But you know, there's usually you like to see like a tent or a cottage before Earth Cave just to kind of prep back up those spells, or if you have enough ethers, go ahead and just pile on those ethers onto your black mages.
Thunderclaude getting all of the Buccaneer fights now that he doesn't really need them anymore. I guess the 360 gold is good anytime.
Yeah, I will always take Buccaneers on water encounters. Every little bit of gil helps.
Oh, looks like he finally got over 100 health at his level 14. So we're just one level away from having 3 Firaga charges for our black mages on FFSteve's side. Meanwhile, Thunderclaude into the river. River pretty dangerous, isn't it, Rokaby?
River can be dangerous here. White Crocs are especially dangerous. I'm just being able to kind of almost one-shot, if not one-shot, your mages. But, you know, we do have Thundaga to carry it out, and if you do have a 30-int mage, that White Croc does go down on 1 Thundaga. And then to answer the couple of questions in chat, Buccaneers are usually found in the oceans, not the rivers, the oceans. They are different encounters.
Rokaby. No, don't fall for it, Rokaby.
Shh, it's okay. Everybody gets at least one, you know, question that's already been answered by the run. And then Scion, I feel like this is another troll question, but there's a point in the run where you can choose to have your melee encounter at Kraken. You can unstone your monk there. You can also unstone it. Usually you'll see them unstone it at a Tiamat. So that's where you'll start seeing the monk used there.
Right. We try to keep them stoned for as long as possible. You definitely, Tiamat does not take a lot of damage from magic, so we kind of need somebody to hit him with something other than magic. But you can also do it with Kraken, as Rokaby said. But Kraken will also just die to 6 Thundaga casts. So you can basically just Thundaga that one down. Don't really need the melee.
Yep. You also have another version, another kind of split in the run where you can wait to pick up your haste until after Kraken, go to Elfheim, and buy your haste, and then head to Mount Gulag, where you will then unstone your monk there, or kill it within like roughly 6 Blizzaga casts, Ice 3, in order to unstone it at Marilith.
Very true. Yeah, there's basically 4 fiends we need to kill. We need to kill, you know, Lich, who we've already killed on Thunderclaude. FFSteve getting close, 1 floor away. Then there's Kraken, Tiamat. Oh no, he's right there. He's about to fight Lich. Kraken, Tiamat, and Marilith, depending on who the runner is. Some people do Marilith and then Tiamat. Some people do Tiamat and then Marilith. Either way, you're probably going to have your fighter out.
Yeah.
Thunderclaude in Ice Cave. Ice Cave, very dangerous. We're watching out for Dark Wizards, Ice Dragons, big groups of wolves. All of those can do a number on us.
Yes. And then another question in chat as well. Has anyone ever run with a 3 Black Mage, 1 Monk party? I have not seen it, and I don't want to give the idea to Thunderclaude.
Oh, here's the Dark Wizards I was just talking about. Oh, we get the Thunderclaude off. Yeah, if they both get a spell off, you're dead.
Yeah, they do hold some powerful magic.
Grabs
Picking up the flame
sword.
But yeah, no, nobody has done the 3 Black Mage 1 Monk. We like to see that 75% tank in the first round, and you're not having anybody petrified at Chaos, so I don't think it's necessarily.
It's also very expensive. I mean, you're really struggling to have enough money for your spells already. Adding another mage to have those spells is expensive.
Yeah, 3,000 gold for Thundara. Not to mention if you decide to buy Fyra, like you do, that's another 3,000 gold. So it's definitely a very expensive run, to say the least.
We saw Thunderclaude walk a bit off route. He walked to the side, picked up a trapped chest, had 2 ice dragons. Those were pretty easy to beat, and it has a winter mail in it. Definitely just getting more items for his fighter when he finally brings him up. Yeah, and that's easy Lich for FFSteve.
Just over an hour, which is not a bad time for Lich. So he's definitely not out of this run yet.
No, certainly not.
But going to Ice Cave here, Ice Cave is actually filled with a lot, and I mean a lot, of extra gold that you can go ahead and pick up. Some items that you can sell that sell for a decent amount of gold. So it is up to you on whether or not you actually want to choose to grab those chests, or if you want to kind of leave those behind. Each chest that you decide to grab is a little bit of extra time, but extra gil is never going to hurt.
Right, it's really up to your discretion, just depending on how things are going, whether you need that extra gold. Thunderclaude, seeming like he doesn't need it, picks up the Levistone, no problem from the Evil Eye, drops through a hole, fights this fight again, and then he's going to make his way out of Ice Cave. Do you have to get Thundara then? When you get Thundara, you need to have Thundara. You will not get... It's near impossible to get through Marsh Cave without Thundara. And Paisa Demons will just murder you over and over again. For our speed purposes, you need it.
Yeah, especially since they resist fire spells.
That they do.
So...
Oh, he gets the preemptive against the White Dragons. That's lucky. White Dragons, 2 Ice Storms can kill his very beefy first mage. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's like endgame multiples of HP there, so I guess we're still seeing some really good HP rolls even in these runs. We also see one of FFSteve's mages sitting at 178, which he's probably feeling very comfortable with at this point in time.
Right. What you're hoping for here, at least for me personally, for FFSteve, where his position is, I'd love to hit level 16 before I get to Crescent Lake. You need level 16 to get your first Thundaga charge, and it's just best to have it and then just rest at Crescent Lake, and then you get all your charges back when you get those Thundagas.
It's definitely, like, that is definitely a good idea here, but even if you buy the spell and you don't have the slots for it, it's not wasting a spell slot, because you're going to need Thundaga anyway, but...
Right.
Just kind of spending that money and not having it readily available to you can be a bit of a issue, or an issue.
Right, if you're level 16 and you buy Thundaga, then you have the charge. If you buy Thundaga and then level up to 16, you will not have the charge, so you gotta spend the ether. It's just a tiny little time save there. You see him buying up his ethers. He's got to keep to 26,000 gil. That's what he needs here to buy both of his Thundagas. You need Thundaga. You cannot live without Thundaga.
Definitely. It's just such a good spell used in Kraken. You see us like kind of using thunder spells throughout the whole entire run just because it's so useful to have. Sea encounters, sea shrine encounters, and it's just overall a very high damaging spell. You know, be it
The
thunder.
it's like the rarest resistance in the game. Most enemies can be resistant to fire or ice, but very few are resistant to thunder.
Yep. Kind of bringing in that D&D, as there's a lot of things that aren't resistant to thunder, and I think there are more things resistant to ice and fire, just because there are more spells for those. So if you decide to play like
his Levy Stone, gets his airship. The only time the airship can land on sand, right here.
don't trust it. Like, why can't it land on sand?
I don't know. Maybe it's confusing. Maybe it's just trying to. Maybe they just dig it up. It doesn't really land. It's just, you know, dug up and it takes off from there. But it can only land on clear plains tiles. Ooh, ouch. Tanky mage, but not tanky enough.
Yep, those Berettas are not a fun encounter.
Oh, I did not know that that was a save state.
I feel like since you kind of go into the, you know...
Wait,
encounter?
Where is he going?
I don't know. This isn't Dragon Cave.
No way. Is he going to the Tower of Trials? Is he gonna go get the rat tail?
I think he is. I think he is.
Oh, the earthquake. Oh, no. Okay, earthquake is an instant death. Ribbon gives you immunity to it, but we don't have any ribbons yet. That's unlucky.
So, I'm gonna choose to answer Alfred Barnes' question here. The rat tail is an item that we get in the Tower of Trials in order to give to Bahamut to prove our worthiness that we can go as, I guess, go beyond, go to like the next, basically upgrade our class. There we go. For some reason I could only think of Plus Ultra, and I was really about to show just like, oh geez, this guy watches My Hero. Or at least knows of that from My Hero. He's a... But it will allow us to upgrade our class, our fighters into knights, and our black mages into black wizards. So, get heavy increase there.
Trials. Yeah, you're gonna climb this tower, you're gonna find a rat's tail, and then you're going to take that tail to Bahamut, and he'll make you slightly taller.
Yeah, basically. You lose your hat for the black mage, really. The black mage finally shows his face.
Some brutal hits on FFSteve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a time loss. Yeah, you wanna throw a lot of saves. I like to do a lot of quick saves on the river because it can go wrong real fast.
It definitely can, because you know the river encounter in older games would usually have different encounters slated. Well, these river encounters are all for every river. You will run into the same encounters, same encounter table for every river. So it's easier to say, okay, Neo-Chews pop up in the river. The thing is, if Neo-Chews aren't supposed to pop up until the late game river, and you run into them as your first encounter in the river, that's an issue.
They'll murder you. They'll murder you dead. They're worth 3,000 XP though. So, and they're the only thing on the river that's not resistant to fire. So it is kind of nice to get them because you don't have to use your Thundagas you need for everything else.
Do we know if the monk's actually worse in this one, or the monk upgrade?
I'm not actually sure about that. I don't quite know.
I I just saw the question in chat, but Thunderclaude choosing the exact right warp tiles for this.
I mean, you can see that he's prepared. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly where he's going. Got a little confused about where the landing zone was, but now he's off to the races, jumping up this tower.
You know, fighting these nightmares that aren't going to be any issue at all at this point.
Oh, another croc bite onto FFSteve. Yeah, he just doesn't have the spell charges. He's level 15 on that second one.
Yeah, we don't like to see this, and you know, this is one of the things with going in with the risky party of double black mage is that they can get a lot of HP as we see on Thunderclaudes, but when they don't, they're pretty paper.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
So
he just needs to throw out some ethers onto his thunder, you know.
Yeah, you know, it's of this point, you know, like, you know, go ahead, you go ahead and like grind up a couple of extra levels because you know River is scary.
Rat's tail with Thunderclaude.
Yep, Rat's tail with Thunderclaude, or you know, you throw a whole bunch of quick saves in there, or just go ahead and be liberal with your ether use and just take that extra time, go back to Crystal Lake and buy up some more ethers.
He's got the 33. I mean, that's plenty, honestly. You need like, I'd say 20.
Yeah, 20, 25.
If you took Fire, you'd need fewer, but nobody did.
You flexing over there? Saying fire strats are better?
Just saying the Fire is better, you know? People should start picking it up. That's all I'm saying. What do I know? I mean, Thunderclaude, again, the best American runner we have, didn't buy Fire, so what do I know? You know?
Yeah, it's runner's choice because Fire does help kind of clear that out, so it is not.
Said, Thunder can buy Warp now. Warp's a black magic spell, right?
You got me. I didn't buy Warp in my casual run. I wouldn't know.
Basically, it's like an escape rope for you Pokemon fans. You can just cast it at the end. Usually makes Waterfall a much faster dungeon, but usually in the speedrun, since we don't upgrade with Bahamut, we have to run in and then run out.
Oh no, he landed on the evil tile. Going into Dragon Cave, picking up this extra gold. Wow, picking up the extra gold here. I can speak words, I swear.
Yeah, picks up the X potion there. That's a full heal. Gonna need it for Chaos. Well, traditionally you need it for Chaos. Again, don't really know what his plan for Chaos is, but
I just honestly have a feeling the Warrior's gonna stare down Chaos, swing a sword, and he's not gonna heal at all because the Warrior's just gonna take no damage.
Oh, thank God. I'm holding my breath for FFSteve right now. He's gonna get through this fight. And is gonna land. Throws out the thing. Still needs level 16 on that second mage.
Yeah. Over 200 HP for that first black mage though, which is good. And running into those Arctic dragons, which, you know, stated is a scary encounter, but not getting the ice storm.
Oh my God, the class upgrade for Thunderclaude. I have just never seen this in a speedrun. This is crazy.
I don't think any of us have, and now this is going to be like even more just, we don't know what's going to happen. All right. Bets in chat. Is he going to pick up Excalibur? Is he going to pick up the Adamantite and grab Excalibur here? That's the question. Because Tiamat does hold the Adamantite, which can get him Excalibur, which is one of the most powerful swords in the game.
Drops off at Melmond.
He's gonna go pick up some more spells here. Picking up the
He
teleport.
gets the teleport. He gets the teleport so he can just leave the dungeon. He gets it on both. He's got the money. Why not?
Yeah, you're at the point in the game where kind of money's not going to be an object for you. You know, you want 99 high potions, you're just going to be like, cool, set stack of gold on the table, buy me however much this is, you know?
Yeah, the money he needs still. He needs 40,000 gil to get the bottled fairy from the caravan. He's going to need to buy Giant's tonics and... I don't know. Does he need Giant's tonics and Speed tonic? We'll see what he buys from the caravan. He definitely needs the 40,000.
He's probably going to buy, like, maybe 1 or 2 Giant's tonics. I don't think he's going to need the 3. Right. But I think he's going to go for more strength tonics here than speed tonics.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Because the way that I see it is that we use speed tonics for the monk because the monk gets that multiple hit. You know, getting up to like 32 hits for the monk. And that's really, really good. That's a lot of damage. The warrior doesn't swing for a lot of damage, but he can swing hard.
A question, do upgraded characters get better stats? They get better stat growth, I'm pretty sure, and it unlocks white magic for the knight and better black magic for the black mages.
Well, black mages, yeah, the black mages though already kind of get the best magic that they can, but it unlocks those really powerful like spells like kill. You know, unlocks those higher tiered spells. I don't think we can get level 9 or level 8 spells unless Blizzaga is level 8. But I don't think we can get those like peak black magic spells.
Right, like you can't get flare.
Yeah. Which, are we gonna see flares on Chaos?
And the right outside, you can stop him with Luthania. It does a lot of damage. Does unaspected, so non-elemental damage. I'd imagine they would.
I don't know, because like you'd want to temper up your monk, so you'd be spending a lot of time doing the tempering. Which would make me think that, you know, you don't get the flares.
Grab your first ribbon. Ooh. Dangerous fight for FFSteve. Gets lucky with it, though. Grab this cube. Yep. This cube will let us teleport to the Flying Fortress so we can fight Tiamat.
Yep. And, just be sure that you, go there with the chime, or else you're kind of locked out of the desert fortress.
And there's the teleport. Just teleports right out. No more waterfall cave. Gone.
I mean, we do see the benefits of teleport there.
Okay, but is being able to teleport out of waterfall cave a time save versus going through all of the Citadel trials?
I don't think it is a time save, but like, you know, you get to waterfall, if you had it for ice cave potentially. Unless teleport doesn't take you out of it.
Teleport takes you back a floor, and then most of the caves you don't need to walk out of, right?
Yeah.
There's a teleport behind the crystal. I mean, it'd be nice for Marsh Cave for sure, but that's a little late.
That's done. Yeah.
Sells the flame sword. Okay, what is it?
Speed.
Oh, he
speed
still
drinks.
buys this. Yeah. Okay. Now, speed drinks are going to get you about 2 extra hits on the knights per round. Knights have a max hit capacity of they can hit 16 times in a swing. So you want haste and speed drinks, and also the Giant's Glove will all increase the number of hits that you get, but only up to a capacity of 16 for the Knight.
Yeah, but do you get the Giant's Glove here?
You can only use it on one person per turn. I think it's still good. He gets the Protect Rings, okay. Did he get the Blizzaga?
Who knows? I don't think he did.
I think he might have skipped it. It's not super necessary. But I like to have it for Sea Shrine. It makes it a lot easier, especially if you're going kind of light on the ethers, which he's not. He's going.
I mean, the first thing you max out in the shop are the ethers. Prove me wrong.
Basically, nothing left to buy for the rest of the run for Thunderclaude. So he can just spend money like none other.
Yeah, this is if not the final shop of the game, pretty close. So you're not gonna.
I couldn't be more wrong. Okay, well, there will be more shopping. Or maybe he means your ether thing.
Since Thunderclaude is typing in chat, we could we could sit here, say one thing, and then he could just be sitting there laughing behind his computer again and just be like, I'm just gonna type him that he's wrong. Even though he's not wrong, he is wrong. What's he gonna do? Refute me? I'm the best North American speedrunner.
FFSteve has gotten his Levy Stone. He's out. He's free at last from the Ice Cave. A dangerous cave. A lot less danger going forward. Pretty much everything is going to be pretty easy except for bosses. Now that he's here. His first Black Mage has basically enough health for the end of the game. His second Black Mage is going to need a lot more. And his monk, SpeedGaming, going to need about 100 more to feel safe.
Yeah. But we're going to count the teleport cast here, apparently. It is a laugh of both. This is funny, and I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, wait, no, I've got it. Okay, I've got it. He's saying count the teleport casts. In Sea Shrine, you basically go down one floor to get the Rosetta Stone, and then you have to come back and then go down a different side. So you basically go down on the right, then you come back, you go down the left to go to Kraken. So he's going to go down to the mermaids and save time on the teleport cast, just teleport back to this floor. So that he can go to the left.
Like, yes?
Look, he's even typing. You can see that he's typing to us right now.
And he's just going to be like, you're wrong. Like, FFSteve encountering his next to last Buccaneer encounter, getting that saber.
Oh, that's what, 3 potions?
Something like that. But here we have the water elementals, which are actually weak to Blizzaga. A benefit of picking that up, which we did not see Thunderclaude do. So taking him out with 2 Thundagas. White Sharks here are just going to go down to any 2 spells.
Really a tragedy that they don't die to 1 Thundaga. Seems like a crime to me, but...
Yeah, there's the diamond armlet, picking up a couple extra gil.
Yeah, getting all that diamond gear as well here, I'm guessing.
Yep. And hey, you know a good thing? He doesn't have to take it off his Black Wizard.
That's true.
Because he doesn't have the monk.
You might put it on the. You might want to put it on his fighter. Still have a tank like that. Oh.
But if you get the diamond mail and stuff, do you?
Oh, now he teleport. He forgot that he had teleport.
He's not forgetting that again.
All right, FFSteve on his way to Waterfall Cave. That's a big group of guys.
Yeah, and Thunderclaude did forget. You predicted that, Lukey. But we see just how dangerous river encounters still technically are, taking out one of Steve's black mages, and the other black mage sitting here probably staring in the face of death.
I want to say this is why, and Roku, you're a victim of this too. This is why you do not name your characters after your opponents. They'll just get all the bad rolls.
Look, I do it because like I do want to support my other my opponent, because I do respect them. So I feel like if my opponent is named after my monk, they're gonna carry me to the end.
No. See, when I race somebody, I always like to wish them the second best luck in the world.
Fair enough.
And that's gonna be good enough for me. Just seems cursed. Just for everybody who wants to know at home, white sharks, 344 health. Most of your Thundagas will do about 320 damage. You can still take them out with 2 Thundaras. That'll do just enough. Look at that. About 12 health, 22 health left on that bottom one. So sad.
Don't worry, like Thunderclaude's gonna end up unstunning his monk here, face a white shark, and just one-shot it, right? Okay. Hear me, like, just thinking about this. What if he just never unstones either warrior, and he's going for the long con, and he's just gonna spell sling chaos?
It's possible. I feel like he's grabbed so many diamond things. I mean, he could be grabbing them just to sell. He's gonna force an encounter here. Maybe hoping for ghosts so that he can set Faraga. Doesn't seem super necessary. Gets the forced encounter, so this fight is... Oh, they're both... so these 2 forced encounters are exactly the same. The one that you see on FFSteve's screen, that's just like a guy standing in the waterfall cave, and then the person guarding the giant glove. He does teleport. Okay. Just to save some steps. He gets a second ribbon.
Yep, there he goes. On to his other black wizard. Deep Eyes, being that EXP sponge.
All right, what are they? 3,591 XP in a Deep Eye. Love to see it. Poor FFSteve's robot dies, but can get out of the way still.
Yep.
I want to equip his ribbon quick. I've sold too many ribbons to the caravan to not equip them immediately when I pick them up.
I've done it a total of 1 time against FFSteve, actually, and I have never done it again.
So, ribbon gives you 1 absorption, and then also gives you resistance to basically all elements and status effects. So, basically cutting all of the magic damage in half that you're going to receive. So, very important to get.
Yeah, ribbon's just such a good item to have. It's absolutely insane, and there's only 3 of them in the game. And I don't even know how many Thunderclaude needs. I'm gonna say that he's gonna, at least grab 3, because we may want that warrior unstoned. I don't know.
XP Pinata? Or XP Sponge?
Pinata works too. You kill it, it gives out that whole bunch of XP like a pinata, but with candy.
Nightmares you want to hit with the Thundaga. A bit better for Thundaga. There's not a lot of things in Waterfall Cave that are too bad. The green dragons are going to give you a lot of XP. They're a good fight to take. The nightmares can kill you. Pyrolisks have basically death gaze, so they can one-shot you. And you're definitely going to flee from any golems you fight. Thunderclaude on to Kraken. Oh, I guess Pyrolisks can just sort of peck you to death too. They are resistant to fire, but they have like 32 health, so you can just sort of...
Yeah, they're extremely low HP, and I've never actually run into a full Pyrolisk encounter in Waterfall Cave, I think. So...
Thunderclaude takes a hit. Kraken's got a bunch of arms. And he hits you with all of them. Thunderclaude deciding just keep casting Thundaga. Why not? Does it.
I mean, he's gonna die regardless. Kraken's not that hard of a boss. The only difficult thing he can do is what he just did to Thunderclaude, but Thunderclaude's just like... eh.
Yeah, he's either going to slap you or he's going to cast Ink. There's really no fear unless he, you know, auto-attacks both of your mages and kills you. There's a wipe, but that's so unlikely, honestly. Again, 12.5% chance that he targets those creatures.
So...
I usually just set up the Thundagas and I put the controller down and I walk away for Kraken.
That's just what you do. You watch like a little like YouTube video, a little 30-second YouTube video, and you know go have some fun.
Yeah, one of those educational TikToks. Learn a new skill while you beat Kraken on your side screen. You know. But he used up all his Thundagas, and now he's gonna hit things with a stick.
What did we see Thunderclaude buy there? I saw him buy something in Onrag, but I don't know what it was.
I doubled back to the item shop. He might just be just maxing out again.
Like just like Phoenix Downs. It looked to be at the Phoenix Downs spot.
Yeah.
But I could be entirely wrong there.
Okay, back to Melmond. Okay, so he picked up the Rosetta Stone in the Sea Shrine. He's got to talk to this guy in this graveyard, and this guy's gonna teach you Lufenian. Meanwhile,
I don't know.
On his way to the caravan.
The question here is though, why does this guy want to learn how to speak Latin? You know, like because I consider Lufenian to be like Latin of just like people can speak Latin. It's just like you don't speak Latin. There's like if he never goes to Lufenia, right? He's never gonna speak Lufenian. Yet he's super excited that he knows Lufenian now.
I got a buddy who's a anthropologist. I don't know why he learns any of the dead language. I mean, these are all dead people, right? Who cares? You know.
Well,
at least Lufenians still exist.
Yeah, but no. The reason it's called a dead language is because nobody speaks it. Like people don't know how it's spoken anymore. It's not a verbal language. Instead, we just learn how to write it. And then like when you get like the Latin for horse is like eis, right? Which I'm pronouncing incorrectly, but...
Well, as far as you know.
Exactly, it's just not spoken, so... It's still, like, it's not necessarily no longer in use, it's just in use for, like, science purposes.
Okay, get the chime. Yep, there he goes. All right, let's see. So here, if you walk all the way out to the right, it's hard to see, but there's a hidden, like a mage, like spell shop where you buy flare, and he's gonna go and get it. Yep.
Oh, I honestly did not know it was there.
The double flare.
Oh boy. Flaring chaos strats. What is this run? Like, I feel like we're focusing so heavily on Thunderclaude's run, and like FFSteve is, you know, finished his Gaia item buy, which
right.
like
running real tight.
Yeah, like he's performing a very, very good run. But I don't know what's going on with Thunderclaude's run.
It's very educational. It's very curious, you know?
Yeah.
FFSteve, if we're checking in with FFSteve, he had like 8 gil left. He did not max out. It's tough to max out here, but it's not the end of the world. He does have about 40 ethers, a good amount of potions. He should be fine for going through Sea Shrine. That's his next goal. And then he can double back into Onrak just like Thunderclaude did. Ooh, we're seeing those flares. You never get to see a flare. You never get to see a flare. Oh, he dies anyways.
You You never get to see a flare on the enemy side of the field.
Right.
We see flare plenty of times, just not where we want it.
What a silly run this is. Watching somebody flare a T-Rex.
Only in Final Fantasy and D&D can you cast a nuke on a T-Rex.
What made the dinosaurs go extinct? Thunderclaude says, me. All right, so he's climbing the Mirage Tower.
Yep, and FFSteve entering Kraken here. So...
Thunderclaude just flaring everything. I guess smoke him if you got him.
Yeah, I mean, you went out of your way to buy flare. You're gonna use it at every opportunity.
I think every fight's a fireworks show.
Meanwhile, getting to the blue dragon here.
Oh, first Black Mage is out of flares. 3 damage, not gonna quite do it.
I don't think, like, a question in chat is, like, is flare time save casting-wise? I don't think it's necessarily a time save. I think it has the same-ish casting time as, like, your level 3 spells.
I'm not sure the exact number of frames. Oh, speaking of flare, these Death Knights can flare.
Yeah. You're gonna see flare plenty of times this run.
It looks pretty fine, because here's the thing. It depends on really the group, because you have your, like, big AoE spells that are not flare, and then that has to hit, like, every single enemy. So maybe it's, like, slower on a, you know, that single bonus eye, but much faster on, you know, larger groups.
Yeah, definitely. The larger the group, the better it is to cast, you know, your party-wide spells. But
Thunderclaude grabs the shield and his last ribbon. Possibly his last ribbon. Pretty sure there's just the 3, right?
I think there's only 3 in this game. Unless there's some sort of 4th ribbon.
There's a 4th one somewhere.
Just like right before Chaos and like some sort of secret tunnel that we just don't ever pick up, because why would we need a 4th ribbon?
FFSteve's got his promo code for his, you know, 1-year subscription to Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, cannot teleport out of this floor.
Which, you know, not being able to teleport out of Mermaid Floor isn't a bad thing. This is the only floor in She Shrine where there aren't encounters, so...
Thunderclaude grabs the adamantite.
We're getting Excalibur, folks!
I mean, we gotta.
I mean, if, you know, you're doing the double warrior run, I guess, yeah. Like, there's...
Are we watching the invention of a new kind of run? I mean, there's plenty of ways. There's plenty of ways to beat Final Fantasy 1. Is this a new world record run? No, not even close. I mean, he's got 2 fiends left before he gets to the Chaos Shrine, and he's at 1 hour 38. The world record is 3 minutes from now to beat the game.
Yeah. Like, it is... It's not gonna world record. It might not sub 2, but this is also a Thunderclaude, so I'm not gonna say anything that's gonna make him like...
I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
Meanwhile, getting that soldier and Guardian.
Okay, Roku, you know this next floor better than anyone. What are we looking for?
I'm not gonna say it, because if I say it, it's not gonna appear.
Roku, what are we looking for?
I think there's a 1 in 64 chance for why can't I think of its name? Warmech to appear. There we go.
1 in 64 chance of making a very good new friend. He gets an early fight, so he might even get 3. Usually you get 2 encounters here. Sometimes you can get 1. but he got just a couple steps in the door. We might get a third encounter.
We might get him trying to just farm it for a bit.
Nope. Nope. Okay.
No, Thunderclaude, go back. We want to see War Mech.
Okay, he brings him back. Puts everything on him. Ice brand, diamond helmet, diamond shield, diamond armor.
Into Tiamat 1.
Wait, did he put on a diamond helm? Wouldn't you want a ribbon here?
Like, yes, but also you're a warrior with like almost 600 HP at this point. Does it matter?
Well, Tiamat does a lot of AoE magic damage, and since the ribbon gives you resistance to all that, you're cutting that in half, but maybe he has enough defense and magic defense just for it to not really matter. Maybe you want to avoid the... Tiamat has a pretty beefy bite, too. And look, 62 damage. That's gonna kill your your monk.
Oh no, I took 62 damage on my 600 health warrior.
Ooh, gosh. Oh, and here come the flares. For nothing. For 333 damage. Hilarious.
Yeah, this is...
Oh, Black Mage down? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Here goes Tiamat down.
Oh my god. Tiamat is so... Tiamat can end so many runs. Not even a threat to Thunderclaude.
Claude said, Tiamat? No.
That's so
does not
crazy.
exist. Like...
FFSteve, we see, he just picked up his Giant's Club. He's also picking up some other chests. A few more chests than we usually see in Sea Shrine. Probably feeling the money crunch. There's going to be some money in these chests. Some of them are trapped. But he's probably feeling like, I need a little more gil. That's why he's grabbing it.
Definitely there.
Earthquake. Ooh, good.
Yeah.
You got that ribbon.
He equipped the ribbon after the Tiamat fight.
Good thing. It would have been an instant kill on that night. Good thing he sucks that out.
No, but meanwhile, getting back to a... Like, I say regular run here as like almost as if it's a derogatory term. I don't mean that. Getting back to the normal Final Fantasy run.
Oh God! What beautiful pathing! What amazing pathing from Thunderclaude into this Mount Gulag. Oh my gosh!
That second floor for Mount Gulag looks so good if you can do it correctly.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful.
Like a replay button just for that room alone.
Oh, but you don't need it. Oh, come on, Thunderclaude. You don't need to take an encounter on this level. For those who don't know, Mount Gulag, while you are walking on lava, you cannot take a random encounter, but your step counter is still going up. So if you walk onto the normal stone, you'll probably get a fight real quick. Don't really need to take any of these fights. We're super over leveled. He's just gonna flare for good measure. Just keep the fireworks show going.
Yeah, basically is like, I don't know why he's taking encounters here. You know, as you don't necessarily need any more.
Alright, they're not really giving you a lot of levels. They're not really giving you a lot of gold. I mean, I don't think he needs any more gil. He is... the adamantite, you have to take that to the dwarves, right?
Yes, you have to... You take it to the dwarves, and there's one dwarf in the Duergar cave that openly states, like, he wants the best material of the best to make this sword, and that's how you get Excalibur. I don't... Did he just pick up the adamantite for swag? And it's just not going to create Excalibur?
He'll get it. I think I have to agree with John in chat. I think John said it. He'll get the Excalibur. Yeah, Excalibur for the Fiends, and then he'll pick up the Masamune, which is in the Temple of Fiends. At the end, you have to go kind of this long side passage to get the Masamune, to get the last sword. You did see a little bit of tech. Thunderclaude did that thing again. He walked back and forth on the lava for a little bit. That's going back to what I was talking about earlier. You basically build up your steps, so the next step you take will be an encounter. But since you're on lava, you can't take an encounter. And if you go to a different zone by stepping on the steps, that resets your step counter right there. So he cuts down on encounters on the next floor. Pretty smart.
Yeah, use the lava to your advantage. It's only like 1 HP per step, so your warrior's not going to hurt from it.
Merilith, an absolute pushover.
Yeah, I'm like, I understand why Thunderclaude is setting up, but like,
Oh, he's got the ice brand too.
yeah, it's
No.
2 hits. And meanwhile, FFSteve getting to Kraken, starting to cast his Thundaga, is going to put the controller down, grab some popcorn, and just, you know, maybe check in on this stream if he's, you know, has it on in the background or whatever. Who knows?
For those at home wondering, Merilith HP, 1440. Almost nothing. Almost nothing at this point. Kraken down. Kraken made Calamari for FFSteve.
Yep.
And here we are at the Dwarf Cave.
Yep. Here we go. The making of Excalibur.
Did not think I would see this in this tournament.
I didn't either, and I'm so glad I decided to hop on commentary for this run.
There it is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Feast your eyes, folks, at Excalibur. The only time we're probably ever going to see it in a race.
I'm geeking out.
Like, honestly, this is an absolutely insane run, and like, I don't. As it's close to a regular run, and it's almost like it's there, but there's just been so many differences.
Here's the crazy thing.
Absolutely insane.
I always think, like, if I want to get to the sub 2 hour, I want to hit where Thunderclaude is right now at exactly this time on a normal run. And he's there with this crazy different strat, going completely different places. It is just, you know, I hope that the races are entertaining for all of the people, you know, sort of outside the community. But I am just, there's so much to learn for me as a runner, and it is just so fascinating, all of the things that these runners bring. Every race has been different.
Yeah, like, to keep this in mind, you know, you're saying you want to sub, you know, for a sub 2 hour, you want to be at this point where Thunderclaude is. He has 2 warriors. He went to the Temple of Trials. He got the upgrade from Bahamut. He went back and bought Teleport. Went and bought Flare, and reached Temple of Fiends at the time you want to be at Temple of Fiends in a normal run.
In a normal run. And not only that, just for like the memes, this guy, the flares, those green dragons, 1 Blizzaga kills them. Wait, does he even? Oh, he didn't get Blizzaga.
He doesn't have Blizzaga.
He doesn't have Blizzaga. My brain. FFSteve, he's grabbing his haste here.
Might be
Death Eye kind of stands. Can drop an elixir. Doesn't happen this time.
Yeah, might be going to Mount Gulag here. Because it's right next door. It saves you from having to go up all the way to, you know, Tiamat and go back down. Right. So, can be a time save there. He's just choosing to go ahead and head to grab his chime, it looks like.
Yeah. This Beretta's still hitting pretty hard.
Berettas will always hit hard.
I'm glad seeing those dragon zombies. Remember me from the top of the Tower Trials? Yeah.
He's just like, No.
This is such... Here's the thing. Flare is also a time save because you had to do all of that, but now you don't have to, like, select the right spell for the right enemy. Just keep chucking flares and keep chucking ethers. You never have to stop auto-battling.
Yeah, and speaking of auto battle, he does have on continuous auto battle, which is a little bit of a time save there as well. Just getting the faster encounters. So go ahead.
All right, here in the Temple of Trials, you like the purple worms. Purple worms, huge XP, kind of the most XP you can get in the game from a single random encounter. So those are good. I don't even know what level we're sitting at right now. I don't think it really matters. You'd love a little more HP on that second Black Mage. Again, Tsunami Cyclone will almost definitely kill because Tsunami and Cyclone, the ribbon does not give you any resistance to them. Whereas his other spells, Bizarra, Faraga, Badara, you can have resistance to those.
Yeah.
They'll definitely kill that second Black Mage, and you want to get at least... Well, I say you want to get at least 2 turns in with your mages, but that's with a monk.
Like he's also sitting at 600 HP with his, knight. So
that's a level 33. He's like over leveled here.
I don't know, maybe he needs those extra levels for the knight, just not being able to swing as hard, needs to survive a little bit more maybe. Yeah, that is level 33 though. But again, level 32 to level 35 being the high end is for a normal run, not for what Thunderclaude is bringing us here in the for, to spice up our day.
The only golems to ever die in this tournament, right here. Everyone, you run from golems. You can't do any damage to golems with just your Black Mages.
I honestly think I have fought my fair share of golems, so I'd like to fight you on that one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, well then I'm mistaken. He's onto his Lich 2 fight. Lich 2 can cast Flare, but we cast it better,
Yeah, we just have better flares. We'll out flare him.
It's a free turn. Oh no, we just defend.
Oh no, what did he...
Easy. Uneasy Lich 2.
Yeah, it made it look like Lich 2 was the easiest boss in the game. And that's going with Kraken, which is the easiest boss in the game.
Right.
So I have
Lich 2, as long as he doesn't cast Flare, you're not going to have too much trouble with him. FFSteve looks like his we lost a little connection with his stream. I'm sure he's still going though. So yeah, he's on his way to Flying Fortress.
Yeah, he's healing up right now. Running into some Hellhounds right before the Blue Dragon encounter.
Perfect. Okay, he steps down. Steps off the path here.
Are we gonna see him pick up the Marilith healing pot? Like, what's...
Ooh. Slight wipe for FFSteve onto the Blue Dragon. Can be dangerous. Double Thunderbolt, very unlucky. Protect Ring, right there for Thunderclaude. He's running down. I believe this is the run for Masamune here. I believe.
I think so.
Or is that on... That might be on Tiamat's floor. No.
Isn't there another, like, full heal in Marilith's floor that takes, like, 5 encounters to get?
Oh, you may be right, yeah.
So is he swagging it up, grabbing this one, too?
I know the chests that are on the run and adjacent to the run. You know, I'll be honest, I don't run all the way over here.
Is he picking up the health potion of as I will refer to it from now on, the health potion of shame? Oh, that's the Sasuke's blade.
Yeah, you can put the sword on. It can, I believe, be equipped to anybody. I believe. Or is it the Masamune can be equipped to anybody?
You've got me there. You think that I
teleport? Are we still keeping track of teleports? What is that? 6? Masamune is the anyone. Yes. Okay. Ooh, some unlucky rolls on red dragons.
Yeah, that's 6.
Bad,
6 teleports.
6. My mistakes. Okay, FFSteve, you love these black flans. Black flans go down quick to Faragas, give you a lot of XP. You want these. Thunderclaude might be pushing to 35. 35 is the next guaranteed HP up, but it's also possible that he's just letting it ride.
Like, I would love to say that, you know, Thunderclaude is in such a commanding position that he can do it, but chaos is still a thing. So, while these extra... Yeah, and while these extra, level ups are gonna help with HP, HP is a suggestion for chaos.
Protect Cloak you can equip into the into the shield slot for your Black Mage. It does seem that since he grabbed that Sasuke's blade and that's a ninja weapon, it is possible that the lol oops from Thunderclaude in chat was because he didn't need to go that way at all. And now he's going the correct way to grab what he needs.
There's the potion of shame.
There's 7.
What is this run? What is this run?
I know somebody mentioned that there was an elixir on that floor, and I like had no idea where it was, and I looked at the map and I was like, I can't make heads or tails of this. Now I know where that elixir is.
Yeah, 7. The health potion of shame.
But he went to both of the Dragon Isles, so that's what, 4?
Yeah, he's got 4 right now. Because you have the elixir, right before you use the loot. You have the 2 from the Dragon's Isles, and the 1 in Marilith's floor. So...
Even with FFSteve, since FFSteve got that X potion from the Lesser Tigers earlier.
Well, I think FFSteve actually runs with 2, so I think he's, unless he did...
He's got
no, it didn't look like...
Oh, maybe
so
he skipped. Maybe he skipped.
Yeah, no, because I do know FFSteve runs with 2 because he uses world record route.
I see.
So he's probably not stopping at the Dragon Caves.
It's interesting. I like to have at least 3 for safety on the races. It can basically guarantee chaos within the first 3. Well, I say that obviously that's not true, but you know, it can account for a lot more bad RNG with that extra heal.
Yeah, and especially since you know, the 2 for the Dragon Caves are really close together. So
Marilith got a bunch of sharp swords, goes ahead and takes down one of those Black Mages. High potion for good measure for safety. Good thinking. Down goes Marilith too.
I just have no words.
We have killed the sub 2. No chance of that.
Yeah.
I mean, basically at this point, that's Chaos's monologue is what we're looking at. Okay, let's watch this Tiamat. Now, this is how Tiamat usually goes. Pretty dangerous, pretty tough for FFSteve here.
Yeah, especially with that 175, as you can see the Ice Storm bringing that Black Mage to double digits. So not going to be able to survive another of those.
That's the temper off. I'd love actually a high potion from his high health one, but feels like doesn't have enough.
You have to hope for really good turn order here now to get that high potion off, but
Nope.
And that's just how Tiamat can be. Tiamat can be, I'm casting 3 spells and you're going to die.
Next on the equip attempt. Tiamat 1 usually takes a couple of attempts. No Warmech. William in chat is correct. Sad to say. But we've got more races coming up, alright? The tournament is not over. There are more chances for Warmech to show his face. Or, I don't know, display screen.
Yeah. There's still a few chances for Warmech to show up. We actually have a lot of races done. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I know Shanezel has gone through, done all of his races. Hob has done all of his on Group A's side. So we are definitely waiting for...
Yeah, we're nearing the end. But there's still a few more.
Oh, yeah. We still have the finals.
Kraken hits real hard. There it is.
Rip Kraken, but you know what Thunderclaude doesn't care about?
FFSteve.
The Kraken. But yes, FFSteve does finish Tiamat off. We just need one turn where Tiamat doesn't cast an AoE spell, and we're more or less good there.
That's a wrap on Kraken for Thunderclaude.
Yeah, just left with 2 more encounters, Tiamat and Chaos. With 2 random encounters, let me clarify.
Okay, switches the Knight back into the 25% spot. Happy to tank. Is that 666 health? I'm sorry, everyone. Is that 666 health?
Yes, that is.
Let's go. Incredible. Oh, it's 655. Oh, no. Debated.
Oh.
The resolution on... Oh, that's so sad. The resolution on the Discord restream is tough. Oh, it's so sad. Here he goes. He's going off path a little bit. Grab that Masamune now.
And then we have a FFSteve here going to Mount Gulag. No, stopping in Crescent Lake, it looks like, to do a couple of extra shops, maybe? Get a couple of extra items.
Ooh, yeah, out of healing.
That's definitely not something we like to see. Buying a few more ethers here, always.
Explains why no high potion on that team up fight.
Most definitely. Because we do not like seeing too many attempts on Tiamat. Tiamat can be that wall, though.
There it is. Masamune onto the Knight. A real man would put it onto his Black Mage and just kill Chaos that way, but whatever.
Yeah, Thunder. Where's the Masamune on the Black Mage here and solo with the Black Mage?
The wizard? Just temper and haste a wizard.
Chat keeping up with the count of teleports now. Tiamat 2 here. Definitely the weakest out of the Fiendry fights.
So the fight still goes the same, though. You would do the same haste, temper, Giant's Glove if you had a monk. So that's interesting. It's basically the same. Double temper. Basically 2 rounds of buffs, at least for the monk. 2 rounds of buffs, and then you start swinging, and then 4 turns total to beat any of these fiends in the Temple of Fiends.
Yeah. Which isn't necessarily that bad. It's interesting to see that the run is so close to a regular run. Just, using a warrior and...
Yeah, a couple extra stops, but the same methodology.
Yeah. But hey, it's interesting enough to where it's still a treat to watch. Did I see 404 HP on that bottom black mage there? I do.
Yeah, that guy's gonna live through a couple tsunamis.
That is the beefiness we like to see on those mages. FFSteve mages here at 294 and 175.
Oh my god, he does it!
The Mad Lad!
Oh, he switches the Masamune and the Protect Cloak onto his big boy. Gives the big heals. We're gonna save. We're gonna fight him. My god.
I don't know if we peer pressured them into that or he's just trying to show off at this point.
This is just all of chat is like that moment from Airplane where they keep coming into the cockpit and they're just like, I just want you to know, everyone's counting on you. Come on, Thunderclaude, let's see it. All right, Giant's Tonics. No way. Giant's Tonics onto the Black Wizard. He's making a tank Black Wizard. He casts haste on him.
I could be able to talk for a minute.
He gets the Giants. Okay. Oh no! Oh, brutal. He resets.
He resets. He knows.
Yeah, you don't really have the armor. Still, like, usual punches from Chaos gonna hit for about 450, about around 400 to 450. You're punching for. So you gotta get your health over that before you start swinging at the 12.5% chance to swing at character.
Yeah. I don't know if Thunderclaude's just gonna end up saying, you know, like, okay, I had a couple of fun attempts with the Black Mage. Let's actually get this done, and put everything kind of back on his warrior.
That's what a coward would do.
I mean, like, look, dude can, you know, apparently do whatever he wants. He's
FFSteve just entering the temple now.
Yeah, so he definitely does have 15 more minutes here.
He gets the X-Potion off. Oh, great turn order with the Giant's Tonic, then the X-Potion.
Definitely. And we see that the hit's going toward the warrior. I think Chaos is not taking this seriously.
I did explain that the Knight can only get to 16 hits per swing. I didn't think I'd have to describe this, but the Black Wizard also 16 hits is the max with these speed drinks and these Giant's gloves.
Yeah, we're...
Ooh, big flare.
Eh. With the Black Mage, we don't...
Unfortunately, High Potion does not keep going on the same person if you auto battle. Okay. Okay, he throws an elixir. He's got tons of them.
Yeah, he's perfectly fine on the healing items here. That's Ooh,
big punch. Again, without haste. Okay. Might be thinking about another full heal here. Yep, there he goes to it. Again, that punch will kill you. Perfect.
Yeah, then see the good, and now we're just sending the...
He starts swinging.
3,000.
Oh my god! Oh,
okay,
no.
So we're at 15,000 HP right now. 12,000.
Total 20k. Chaos is a total of 20k. Oh, back to 2,000. Back to full, right? Yeah, back to full.
Yeah. I do like to round down on my damage, so we're now at 17,000 again. That is 14, and that's 12 from what I've seen. That's 10.
Oh god.
That's 7.
Oh no. Oh no.
The thing is, he would have had it if Chaos didn't cast Kiraja.
Oh, so close. It's possible. We see it. We see the route.
Like, okay, if you're in Thunderclaude right now, do you go back and do the Black Mage strats again? And go...
I full send it.
like do you just say I'm getting the black mage to go chaos, like that's what's gonna happen, or do you just go at one point and eventually just go, okay, meme's over, go to the warrior?
I mean, on a good run, chaos is going to take you, on average, 3 tries anyways. If you're going for the meme, you have filled this run full of memes. I feel like you just stick with it. You can see, like, again, as you said, without that Kiraja, you definitely killed chaos there, right? So the plan works. You just got to hit it.
True enough, but you know, there's also the point of, do you, like, I mean, obviously, you know, you're doing this for a little bit of fun, but you know, also out of respect for, you know, you don't exactly know where the other runner is unless, you know, you're sitting and listening here and we're just like, oh geez, FFSteve just used his loot and is on the floor below. You know.
Well, listen,
So like,
we can assume that Thunderclaude, who is typing in chat, knows exactly
yeah,
where FFSteve is.
so
It's about a minute. The delay is about a minute.
So like, at that point, like where do you say I'm going back to the warrior? I'm gonna, you know,
didn't get the turn order there. I don't know. I can't speak to, you know, I can't speak to the exact thought process of Thunderclaude, right? I think at this point, none of us could. Be bold to say that you could. If it were me, if I were in this position, I've got the Masamune, I see the route, I smash my face into this wall until it breaks down.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Ooh, big Cyclone that's definitely going to kill his second mage. We're losing that temper. So temper gives 14 attack to whoever you cast it on, and then the Giant's Gloves gives 16 attack and 10 accuracy. Accuracy, the more accuracy you have, the more times you punch. So Giant's Glove definitely better than him casting temper on himself.
Yeah. Plus you do gain that, you know, just increased accuracy. So even if it was, you know, 14, 17k, but like just the 14 attack, 10 accuracy, that's even better. That's 15.
He's at full hits.
13.
Oh, gets the good RNG on that roll. Good, free turn.
That's 10k. 8k.
Free turn.
That's 5k.
Oh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous.
3k.
Okay, he's within kill range.
And he's over.
He does it. He does it. The Black Wizard kills Chaos with a Masamune. Oh god. It's enough to bring a tear to your eye.
I think you kind of just, like, you have to sit there and stare and just be like, yeah, I did that.
I literally fell out of my chair just now.
I heard, like, you could hear that. You heard just your voice trail off into the ether. FFSteve killing Lich 1 here. Alright, so when are we getting Thunderclaude here jumping in chat and just being like, told you so.
Man. What an eye-opening, what a learning experience for us all. Really showing if you've watched a lot of these races, Thunderclaude just showed you things that you've never seen in any of the races before. Showing just how big this game that we've made seem so small really is.
Yeah, definitely. You know, so,
there he is, the man of the hour, the hero we needed. Welcome, Thunderclaude. Congratulations.
GG's.
Guys.
The buff wizard pulled it out in the end.
Yeah, you know, I wasn't gonna do it, but then I heard one of you say I had to, so I did.
Yeah, I'm just so curious about your thought process all the time. Is this something that you have practiced before? Is this a route that you know and have practiced?
Well, actually, way back in the day before the stone petrified character thing was even thought to be used in speedrun, we used fighters, black belt, black mage, and we kept them unpetrified. I experimented with fighter in those days and different combinations of using a fighter instead of a black belt with it, and was able to get through pretty reliably, but obviously it's a little slower. So it's not totally unpracticed, but I haven't ran it in like a year.
It's the rat's tail into Bahamut. Is that part of the original strategy, or did you also think of that on the fly as well?
That was on the fly. I wasn't going to do that either. I did at some point in the tournament want to do a promotion run if I had a race that I felt like I could. I wasn't going to do it here, but again, you guys were kind of chiming in about it, so I figured I'd do it.
Oh, so you were peer pressured.
A little bit. But the one reason why I was able to actually do the Masa Black Mage kill on Chaos was because he just had so much HP. He was at 400, and I was like,
Huge.
okay, well I can get that HP up to 999 with these 3 giants, so I'm good.
Yeah.
FFSteve loses his monk on the Marilith 2 fight. That's a quick reset. Your mages are not going to do enough.
Not really, especially with just how.
I suppose they could do it if she just attacks every turn the stoned guy and you just use all of your magic. It'll take so long.
Right.
Oh, that 181 health on Thunder. How do you feel about naming your characters after your opponent in races, Thunderclaude?
Oh, I think it's great. I used to do it when I ran randomizer races and stuff. I would do it a lot. I see it as a sign of little respect, and I appreciate it whenever people do it for me. And if I don't have any other clever naming scheme in mind, I'll do the same.
Like sandwich toppings?
Yeah, sandwich toppings for your sandwich party.
Big hits. Yeah, you're going to want to throw some high potions there.
Yeah, but I know you were listening in, so like, Luki and I didn't know where this run was going.
It was really fun as I was running, hearing you guys hypothesize about what the later parts of the run was going to look like, and you know, some of your hypotheses I just decided to make them true, and other ones were just funny to chuckle at in the background.
Yeah, well, thanks for making us seem so smart.
Yeah, no, you guys knew exactly what I was doing, right? You guys called most of these plays.
The whole time.
Yeah.
I've studied tape. I knew.
So, as another question, was Excalibur in your route, or just no? That was another thing that we were just like, he's gonna get Excalibur, and you just kind of were like, I wasn't now.
Yeah. It was kind of after I promoted, I was like, yeah, I might as well do Excalibur now that I'm promoted. If I wasn't going to promote like I originally was thinking, I was going to grab the Sun Sword, which is the less than greater than room before the cube teleport. Just go up there, grab the Sun Sword, and that'll be your best option till Maza. But you could also just make it through with an Ice Sword or a Flame Sword, I've noticed in my past history of running this.
Yeah, I was wondering, the original without leveling up, the original route is just the same as the Black Mage? You just do the Temper, Haste, and Speed Drinks?
Yeah, that's basically all it is no matter who your carry is, you buff them up pretty much exactly the same way for the last fight.
Oh, gosh. Marilith is just targeting this 12.5% monk over and over again. They're going to just chuck high potions onto the fighter because he's got the least health. Yeah, he's going to go into the attack motions. Save a few frames if you just defend. I mean, there's no way that you gain enough defense from defending to survive a Marilith hit. But either way, going down.
Yeah, but that was a run to behold, and a run that, honestly, I was super excited to be able to commentate and hypothesize about here with Luki.
Well, I'm glad it was entertaining. That's kind of why I wanted to show. You know, we see enough of these races being done. You see pretty much the same strats, same route being done all the time. It's fun to see one that shakes it up a little bit. Kind of like how Shane also shakes up the party comps a little bit.
Oh yeah, I always love those. It really quite a gift to the tournament, for sure. And the teleport use always, that was fun. That was fun to be counting the teleports.
Yeah, I did one extra on accident. I didn't know which side the elixir was on in Temple of Fiends, and I picked the wrong way.
Thanks.
That's okay.
Well, you got a nice shiny sword to, you know, hang up on your wall when you go home, you know?
Right.
Oh, we throw out a speed drink here.
If that was
used to be used, I think. Might not be intentional, but used to be used. I know the route used to buy like 7 speed drinks, and you use them on all the Temple of Fiend stuff. At this point, I think just, you know, haste, 3 tempers, 2 giant's gloves, and you'll double swing on any of the bosses.
yeah,
I think that's more of a runner preference than anything. I don't think there's one way that's really much faster than other because of how random the numbers can just roll for your damage. Using 1 speed drink or using an extra temper, there's not a lot of time difference there, other than the animation is maybe 1 second extra.
right, and we can see that FFSteve probably taking a couple of more encounters here to get that HP up on the Black Mage. 180.
It's just tough to see.
We have one that's like 300, and then another one that's 184.
I think 184 at this point, I think, means that he has randomly gotten 1 strong HP up, other than the ones that are guaranteed, which is just, it's almost the worst you can do. Just for the randomness, not that he's done anything wrong.
No.
It is the game itself conspiring against him.
Yeah, Steve has had some really rotten luck this tournament, just with his OBS broadcasting stuff as well. So it's unfortunate to see him getting the bad RNG in a race as well.
Yeah, I know that he's been having some trouble with his controller recently too. It seems, from everything we've seen today, it seems like the controller issues have been resolved, so that's good. Good to see. I personally know how frustrating that can be. Monk gets his last guaranteed. Oh wait, no, that was the Black Mage. Black Mage, I don't think we have any guaranteed ups until 35. Probably not going to hit it.
No, probably not. There is a question in chat here, specifically for you, Thunderclaude. So, when going through like the Temple of Fiends, did you flare so much because it was just more predictable than fleeing, or were you just kind of, I have flare, I'm going to use it, I'm going to style, you know?
Yeah, it was more of the second thing. I never get to use flare, so I was like, I'm just going to use it as much as I possibly can here. But it is a little more predictable than fleeing, and a lot of encounters that would be double cast encounters are turned into 1 cast encounters because of the flares, non-elemental, and higher damage base. So like, I ended up getting 40 intelligence, which was great. So I was able to one-shot every encounter on the Kraken floor. But like a lot of stuff on the Earth floor I would run from, I would flare and just kill it in 1 shot.
I didn't know you reached 40 intelligence in your run. I don't know the numbers for 40 intelligence.
Yeah, the flare went from like 380 to damage when I was in the 30s to like 440, 450 when I hit 40. So I was like, yeah, I'll just keep spamming this, I guess.
Fair enough,
Kraken,
I guess.
First attempt on Kraken goes poorly, but at least Kraken kills them all pretty quickly. Don't have to wait for it. He's all buffed up, gonna start swinging.
Yeah. And I mean, Kraken's is a little more difficult here because he has the
Good turn.
Thundaga spell. Thundara.
Loses the 2 speed drinks. Might not want to lose both those speed drinks. But I mean, with 180, with a Black Mage with 180 health, the chances that you're gonna get all your speed drinks off anyways in the chaos fight are pretty low. It's kind of like a low priority. You need the haste first, right? You need the haste. You need the Giant's Tonic first. Then probably haste is next most important.
Yeah, haste and then temper.
You're gonna have to cast an X potion at some point.
Yeah, if you're doing Giant's Tonics on turn 1, like everybody Giant's Tonics, then you X potion next turn, haste next turn. If not, you kind of take that X potion and push it to turn 3, which is extremely risky because you want to heal it up, or else you put haste off till turn 3.
Yeah. I like to. Some people do the 2 Giant's Tonics. I don't know. Thunderclaude, give me your thoughts on this. I see some people doing 2 Giant's Tonics on their first turn and then just Giant's Gloving on the monk the whole time. Me personally, I like to throw Giant's Tonics, all 3 of them, the first turn. Definitely get the X potion on. I know that you were throwing X potion at the same time as your Giant's Tonic.
Yeah, it's really rough because, you know, RNG's gonna RNG so heavily in the fight, but I feel like the least risky way of getting your HP up and surviving after round 2 or 3 is you get your haste out because your Black Mage could die in round 2 before he gets it out. So you go haste on the first round, Giant's Tonic with the other 2 characters. Then you have the Giant's Tonic your third one in the second round, and then I like to use a full heal if I've been damaged. Sometimes if it was like a swing on the Petrified Statue or haste or something that he didn't damage the black belt, I'll do a Giant's Glove and then full heal in round 3. But I generally want to full heal in round 2 and just hope the Giant's Tonic goes off first. Although it's not that detrimental, because by round 3, if you don't get good turn order or whatever happens with Chaos's choosing of skills or abilities, the risk of your black belt dying by round 3 goes up exponentially, it feels like, as opposed to just overhealing in round 2 and then going through the fight with Giant's Gloves after that.
I see. That's interesting. I'm definitely gonna think more about that. I feel like the actions you take during Chaos can really change how this goes.
Yeah, it's very fluid depending on what Chaos chooses to do and how much risk you want to put yourself under. But there are definitely risk mitigators, but you also have finite resources, so you can't mitigate every risk.
John the Engineer asking levels for Steve. It's 30, 29, and 30. So that 184. He's a level down. There's no guaranteed HP roll for 30, so you know, even if he got that level, it's a 1 in 8 chance that he gets this strong HP up.
And then here, Claude, let's pick your brain for a second for those in chat who might be interested in running. How would you go about starting the run? And like, what's like the most important thing to, you know going into it?
Okay. Well, base knowledge of the game is very important. You want to know. I think the best thing to know first is learn your maps and your steps through dungeons, and if they have forking paths, which one's shorter, where your boxes are that you want to pick up, like that kind of thing is probably your number 1 priority. Number 2 is learn your enemies and learn their HPs and elemental weaknesses, elemental resistances. It's probably the second most important thing. Then third is kind of the deeper knowledge of learning how buffs work in the game, haste, temper, speed drinks, and stuff like that. Learning like the numbers behind that. If you want to try to min-max your best buffing, how to do it, and how much damage output goes versus how much buffing you do, would probably be your third most important thing. Otherwise, after that, it's just kind of building muscle memory of your menus, going quickly through your menus, learning where you can be more risky with your healing and things like that. But I would say number 1 is maps, number 2 is enemy resistances and HPs, and number 3 is learning like spell buffs and stuff and how that works.
This is an incredibly smart fight from FFSteve. He's playing it perfectly. He's in danger here. He should just need 1 or 2 more hits.
Yeah,
1 more.
4,000 there. Going for...
Doesn't have it. You gotta punch. The flare.
Yeah,
The flare.
rough.
Yep. SpeedGaming 3 coming in and rating us with a party of 144 people. Welcome, people from SpeedGaming 3. You have come into FFSteve fighting Chaos here.
And during that last fight, Chaos did slow FFSteve, but he got good RNG on target selection, so he was able to get a haste off, put him back into haste. Because again, haste and slow, it's a +1, -1 situation. You're either hasted normal or slow. So he was playing it so smart, he just ran out of those full heals.
And that's the issue with only having 2 of them. It's one of the main reasons a lot of people head to that Dragon Isle, pick up that X Potion and that Elixir. Having that 1 extra heal just allows Chaos to be a little more consistent.
He can react to a few more things. He loses the haste. Oh, but Earthquake's good. So he is going to get the haste. You need it. Doubles your amount of hits, which puts FFSteve's Monk up to 32 hits he could get.
Hopefully we do get to see all 32, but it doesn't look like he's going for the speed drinks here.
And I felt he didn't have enough time. You really want to get about a lot of people say about 100 attack, which should take about 7 Giant's Gloves and Tempers together before you start swinging. Oh, a double punch.
This is just Chaos being Chaos here. It's the main reason that we call the casino, or the Temple of Fiends, the casino. You never know what you're going to get.
Thunderclaude, I've heard tell of some people, you know, doing a little dance in front of Chaos every once in a while to reset RNG. Are you a big believer in resetting the RNG?
No, I'm not really. In this version, I don't believe that there's anything you can really do that would change the outcome of whatever is going to happen to you.
Do you have any no superstitions at all about the run?
Let me think on it. I don't think I have anything superstitious.
You see FFSteve just full sending it right now with the attacks. Chaos hasted first turn. He's going to hit for 800 damage. Just the chances that you live through that, especially with just the 2 full heals, very low.
Yeah, no, that will heal lock you. Hits about for 810 to 820. And that just puts you into the point where you have to use an elixir, and if both of your black mages are down, it's a 50-50 for being hit. So you're not going to outlast that damage.
Yame and chat asking, does he even respect the 12.5% rule? Yame, you're watching the same game we are. Does it look like he respects it?
Does the 12 point... Look, HP is just a suggestion for Chaos.
Well, at least it's quick. At least he makes it quick, huh?
Yeah, but we don't want to... while a quick... Yep, and there we go, resetting the RNG.
I think he's going for that level 30, just hoping he gets that strong level up. 1 in 8 chance here. Needs another fight. Just one more deuce, does it? Again, not guaranteed. 1 in 8. Everybody in chat, please, fingers crossed. For our boy FFSteve. He does not get it.
Yeah, Steve here with that Black Mage HP, just not... The whole entire run, that second Black Mage has not agreed with him HP-wise. Sitting at 187.
Ground is there. It's possible. We saw him 1 punch away from getting this. Honestly, and I've said it before, couldn't happen to a nicer guy on this one. Okay, that's a good start. Not great. But you do get the Giant's Tongue off. Hopefully. We're looking for a punch here. We're looking for a punch here or an Earthquake.
I'm hoping for the Earthquake just because everybody has...
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's why I tend to try to full heal early, because of situations like that, you end up getting in bad HP situations in the second round sometimes. If you take damage in the first round, it's really just a 50-50, really.
Yeah.
Unless it's something smaller, you know, Blizzara or something like that.
Chaos just isn't nice. Chaos just will not, be nice. So everybody, less RNG Steve. Because as we all know, Twitch chat does control the RNG here.
Thunderclaude, let me ask you about something else. Okay, this one's probably going to be a death 2. You could go for it. He's gonna try and one man show it. Oh gosh, forgot my question.
Well, here we have speed drinks going out, which is very, very good here. Increasing that monk's hit, so he's not necessarily gonna have to have the highest attack stat. Although you're being very careful, living on the edge here.
That situation, when my black belt's flirting around 500 HP, I tend to throw a full heal out because that can happen, and then the next round is an AoE like Cyclone that takes you out.
All right, do you ever throw a Phoenix down in a Chaos fight with Thunderclaude?
No, I do not. And if it's my haste caster goes down like in round 1 or round 2, I probably just reset immediately. But no, I would never try to Phoenix down and get someone alive to get a haste cast off because they have to survive that round coming forward, and it's just so rare that that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's not something we'd like to see.
Oh no, he got slow blood, so he's now just a 1-hit.
Well, he never got the haste off in the beginning. His black mage died like round 2.
Probably right.
You think that our ribbons would protect us from slow up, but they don't. But honestly, you're probably, if you're FFSteve, I could see you being a little peeved at just so many chaos attempts. It's definitely not something you want to see. Can definitely be the most frustrating in a game. We do get off that full heal there. Will this be the one?
Oh man, you'd love to see a Faraga. So little damage.
I mean, anything that just allows your black mages to stay up here, especially that low HP one, just to get out another temper. Or
He's gotten so many turns. This is great.
Yeah, this could be it. This could be the chaos here.
Oh my gosh.
Another free turn.
He's got 8 attack buffs up, counting all the tempers and gauntlets they threw out. He's definitely ready to start swinging.
Will we see the swings here? Yes, we will. He's sending that damage.
Another light hit. 63k.
Yeah, 6.3. So you're at about 14, and then that's another 6 there.
Oh dear.
Flare not really mattering at this point.
Good.
He sends it.
One more hit, yeah, I'd send it.
There we go.
Let's go.
Chaos is down.
There you go. GG,
And
Steve.
FFSteve finishing with a 238.
Oh, thank goodness. Woo. A great race by both our runners. Beautiful to see. Chaos just so cruel.
Yeah,
So unkind.
we see how cruel Chaos can be, and it's never fun to see that.
Well,
But
Welcome, FF.
GG's. Like, GG's to you, Steve. I'm having to stick through that chaos.
man, teased me. Made me think, you know what? I got it. Nope, straight bonks. Couldn't do it. Nope. Flares, nothing.
Yeah, you were one swing away at one point, and then he just has a bunch of terrible rolls after that. How are you feeling about your run as a whole? Let's set Chaos aside. We all saw Chaos did Chaos things. How do you feel about your run, the rest of it?
I felt very good in the very beginning. Like up to Lich, got about right there at an hour for Lich, so I was happy about that. Going strong. I felt myself starting to slip a little bit in Ice Cave and all that there. So that's where it kind of started to feel like a drag. I'm like, it was just that Black Mage, that poor Black Mage and the health. I'm like, I gotta keep it alive. I gotta keep it going. I need this health up. That's what kind of made me fight a lot more than I wanted to. So I wanted to flee and get my time up and go, but that Black Mage couldn't stay alive, and the health reflected it.
Yeah, the river after Crescent Lake was giving you a real hard time. I remember.
Yeah, it's my fault there. Also, I didn't have enough levels. I was speeding my way through Earth Cave, and it kind of came back and bit me because I didn't have the level I needed to unlock Thundaga, and it cost me a lot in the river.
I mean, you still made it out, and you still provided a fantastic run. Like, let's state that right now. This run is still absolutely fantastic. Like, given what you were given, and like you said, that Black Mage HP at the end of the game was 187, and you still got through it. So
I appreciate that, Roku, for sure. Yeah, I'm of course not happy with my time. I hope I provided a good run for everybody, but yeah, my time I'm not happy with. Of course, I knew I would come nowhere near one of the best in the Final Fantasy 1 game, Thunderclaude. Much love. I hope all went well with your race. I'm sure you won at least a half hour ago, but much love.
It'll be definitely one to watch back. I feel like Thunderclaude had a pretty interesting run. He ended at 212. That's when he ended. Very entertaining to see. Well, you ran a great race. Chaos was chaos, but your pace was so fantastic through all of the beginning. Absolutely.
Glad to hear that.
yeah, no, especially since I know you go off of world record strats, so you're playing with a little more risk than some other runners who are newer, like myself, would not be comfortable with it all, and yet you wanted to stick to that day one. So hands down to you to just being able to when you were first completing Chaos, only using 2 and still continuing to use 2 full heals.
No, I really do appreciate that. Definitely trying to stick with that route. I am learning some safety strategies within it because obviously it was the best luck, the best skill with Shigeru's run. So of course, luck won't always be in the favor there. So trying to learn some safety strats in the meantime, some grinds here or there, some safety shops. But yeah, getting there.
Yeah, I'm curious. You both have 2 more races, I believe, that you run for this tournament. Any adaptations that you're thinking? Anything you learned from this race that you're taking forward? FFSteve?
Yes, I would definitely say to how much it means to. I was still so focused on okay, get the Fire Ragas I need for Lich. That was my main goal. Once I got it, all right, get out of there. And I really saw that it bit me. White Crocs, but it really bit me to get into the river without any Thundagas. So not only prepare to get through where I need to be, where I'm currently at, but kind of pregame and make sure I'm set up for the next area a little bit too, specifically that part. But yes, that's what I definitely learned from this race.
Any thoughts on your races going forward, Thunderclaude?
Yeah, I think I will be using slightly different strategies, maybe, also in the next couple races and see how they play out. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how my run went today.
Any spoilers on the secret strats you're pulling out, or are you going to leave them for surprises?
Oh yeah, you'll see something you haven't seen all tournament.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Everyone in chat, yeah, be sure that you follow both of these runners. Looks like the bot isn't working.
Here, I'll actually pull up their here is FFSteve, and here is Thunderclaude. If you want to go ahead and follow two fantastic runners who know a lot about the game, honestly, and want to go ahead and pull through. And then if you would like to also follow the commentators as well, here is
Definitely. The commentators are very good runners as well, so it takes quite a bit of knowledge to commentate and whatnot. So for them to be racing too, feel free to show them some love and give them a follow as well.
Both of you run tomorrow. Thunderclaude at 9 a.m. Eastern time, and then FFSteve has a race at 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Be sure to check those out. You guys excited to take on? You nervous about your both against Trenton? How you feeling about your odds?
It'll be interesting because I know Trenton has been talking to me a lot about he's trying to develop the absolute safety strat that will never fail, and he's been working really hard on it, so I'm interested in seeing how that one's been coming together.
Steve?
I would say I've been keeping an eye out for Trenton as well. Very, very involved with the community, helping out with SpeedGaming, getting everything set up with the racing game. So I would say with his knowledge, and I'm definitely looking out for everybody. But yeah, Trenton's definitely on my list to watch out for. Really good runner.
A lot of respect for Trenton. We'll see him show up twice tomorrow.
Yep, and with that, I think, we will move to our final thoughts here. Getting a little bit low on time. Anything you guys want to say about the run or whatever? Any final thoughts for you?
I would say once again, much love, Thunder. It was an honor racing against you. I've been back when you held the world record. I was watching your strategies, and when I first started learning and whatnot. So to be able to go from watching the YouTube videos or watching the streams and whatnot on speedrun.com to actually racing up against you, it's quite an experience. So thank you for the opportunity for everybody.
Appreciate that.
Any final thoughts for you, Thunderclaude?
No, I think it was just great to get the run. I like this tournament because you get to kind of react with the race in real time. It's not like a randomizer type of race where you have to secretly, do your own stream. You can't pull up the restream. You can't watch anything going on because that would be cheating. This is just one of those races that it doesn't matter. So it's fun to be able to interact with the race and the commentary and the chat while it's going on. So that's pretty fun. I'm looking forward to more of that.
All right, Lukey Pookie G, any final thoughts from you?
Well, I have to agree. I think it was a lot of fun to interact with Thunderclaude. I haven't interacted with a racer during any of these commentaries, so that was a lot of fun. It was just an honor to see something cool, something new. Had to stay on our toes. Great run from both of you, and just such a pleasure to work with you, Rokeby. Thanks so much for all of your work and always being excited and always bring a lot of really great energy to all these commentaries. I really appreciate you. Everybody be sure to follow Rokeby AX on Twitch. And that's all I have to say about it.
No, thank you to both of our runners providing great races. Thunderclaude keeping us on our toes for what potential strats would be out there in his run, and FFSteve for providing a very fantastic race. even though it seemed like the race was against him. He definitely adapted. I always say this run's about adaptation and reaction, and FFSteve showed us that in spades today. So, you know, huge respect to both of you guys, and thank you, Lukey, for popping on comms today. It's always a pleasure to see you run, you know, in your chats as well. And great to have you at commentary today. And you brought a lot of just information that I didn't necessarily know off the top of my head, like with the White Shark's HP, exact glitch HPs and everything. So it was very good to see those numbers and be able to kind of see what goes on behind the scenes of the game as well.
Yeah, happy to do it.
All right, but I think with that, this is it for the Final Fantasy run as of right now, and we will see you guys later.
Thanks, everybody.